eyes, queen of discord where I stand, chaos in my every hand. Goddess of the wild night, bringing dreams to shattered light. Valhalla's throne is where I reign, with a heart that knows no pain. Goddess of the wild night, bringing dreams to shattered light. Valhalla's throne is where I reign, with a heart that knows no pain. Arrows of courage and might, feel the passion, feel the pride. Crave the edges of my dance, take a leap, take a chance. Attitude lights up the sky, sassy sparks that never die. In my world you'll find the flame, burning bright without a name. Feel the thrill inside your soul, breaking chains to make you whole. Through the chaos find your way, in my kingdom you will stay. Arrows of courage and might, feel the passion, feel the pride. Crave the edges of my dance, take a leap, take a chance. Goddess of the wild night, bringing dreams to shattered light. Valhalla's throne is where I reign, with a heart that knows no pain. Arrows of courage and might, feel the passion, feel the pride. Crave the edges of my dance, take a leap, take a chance. In the city, neon lights, dancing under cyber skies. Foxes running through the night, glowing with electric eyes. Wicked wrench from the east, schemes and plans never cease. Slime with wit, she moves so fast in the shadows of the past. Cyberfox run away, alien dreams night turns to day. Project story of the time, in this world of code sublime. Glitch in the system, clocks rewind, secrets hidden you can find. Tech and dreams they intertwine, through the matrix undefined. Feel the thrill inside your soul, breaking chains to make you whole. Through the chaos find your way, in my kingdom you will stay. Cyber thoughts run away, alien dreams night turns to day. Project story of the time, in this world of code sublime. In the shadows I reside, with that fire in my eyes. Queen of discord where I stand, chaos in my every hand.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello. Oh my god. Okay. You'll notice that Arwen's not here. She has stoofed.
How dare real life get in the way?
I am assuming Arlena is battling the evil Jedi, okay? And that is what she's doing at the moment.
Yeah. Yes, Darth Phone is attacking.
As she should.
Yes.
She should be. How dare they? The Empire was fine.
Right.
Stupid people trying for like freedom and non-tyranny and what is the...
Yeah.
She is restoring order. Okay, that is what she's doing right now. You love my tagline? Yeah. Well, I was just on Brandon's channel, and my tagline of "the tea is spilling." I didn't know if I was gonna get that, and so as I was being brought into the studio, I came up with something new. I definitely. Oh my god, Mayor. Oh my goodness. I actually totally forgot about the mirror on the wall song, and then your stupid tagline, Josh, reminded me. Team Earl. We are such Team Earl here.
Yeah, of course.
We are definitely Team Earl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had not seen any of those chat songs. Those were amazing.
Oh, absolutely phenomenal. I don't know. I think it just kind of came up as on autoplay or something one time for me. And I have to say, thank you, YouTube.
Yes.
I'm very proud of you. You did it. You did your job.
Yes.
It doesn't usually, but it did this time. Oh my goodness. I can't show y'all the thumbnail yet because we have to wait for Arwen. So it's all Arwen's fault that y'all haven't seen the thumbnail.
Right. Because it's definitely done.
No, it actually is for real though. I actually have it pulled up here. I'm staring at it right now.
Okay.
No, it really is done. I just, I just can't show it off yet. I made some, okay. So let me tell you a little story.
Okay.
So last week, because Josh decided to not have power.
Totally my decision. Yes.
And Josh decided to not have power because of some quote unquote thunderstorm. I think it's propaganda, but that's just me.
It's not like there's still some neighborhoods in Pittsburgh that don't have power.
No, he just chose to not have power. Arwen chose to be sick last week. So, and I'm definitely not doing this by myself. No, I'm not doing no. Half the fun is doing this with other people. So that's at least 50% of the fun.
It is more fun to stream with people, yeah.
Yes. So I kind of had to make a decision to decide, again, like I said, Arlena is off battling. So she was in, she really did choose to be in that war. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, she's Team Empire. We don't judge her for that. It's fine. She was just doing her job. So fair enough. So we decided we're not going to have stream. So now we have stream. And apparently, during the 2 weeks, I lost access to the story.
What?
Anytime I try to bring it up, it wants me to sign into Microsoft. I don't have Microsoft on this computer because it's a Mac that doesn't have Microsoft.
So you do not have it?
I do not have the story. So here's the fun thing. Thank God I took notes, but I don't actually know how good of notes I took because I am purely based off the notes is what happened with this thumbnail. Okay, so I have no idea. Usually I try to I double check and I make sure and see if there's any more detail. So just so we're all clear, Cammy, Cammy? Do you remember who Cammy is?
Yeah.
She is the detective. So what I wrote for her description was 4 question marks. Not helpful at all. Trying to come up with what her character looks like. Because it's just 4 question marks. Try
that.
What?
Try that. I just sent you another link.
No, I knew you were going to. I thought it was super funny. Where did you send this? Oh, private chat. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
It's working?
Yeah.
Weird.
So
all right.
The tab went away at some point. I don't know if I accidentally exited out of it. I don't know what happened, but at some point the tab went away. And when the tab went away, anytime I tried to access it in my history of my browser, it made me try to sign into Microsoft. And
did I send you the link on the Twitters?
Yes, I did the same thing there. I was like, okay, well, let me try it here.
Okay.
It did the same thing.
Weird.
Yeah. I also thought that was very strange.
Yeah, because it's a read-only link, so it should be pretty simple. You should just be able to read it.
Yeah, it wanted me to sign into Microsoft both times. So the thumbnail is purely based off my note-taking skills.
Nice.
So
okay,
I had to take some creative liberties with a few things. And I had to guess on other things. I have no idea why, apparently, according to my notes, the name of the comet was important. That got a whole line to itself. I don't know why I thought that was important. Where am I putting that? I'm not putting a name tag on it. Oh god, I could have. Damn it, that would have been funny. Oh well.
Oh, that's right. It did name the comet.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Ethereal, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
Right. You know? And then I don't know why I put Oakhaven as the town.
Yes.
We were never in Oakhaven from what
Yes,
I
we were
remember.
at the beginning.
Really? We were in Oakhaven?
Because the secret agents had to get Earl.
Quite frankly, I don't
remember they burst into his bakery.
That could be anywhere, to be perfectly honest with you. Okay, that could be out in the forest. Okay, it could be in the house that Arwen and Earl bought together. Okay, it could. I don't know. I have no idea where it could be. All right. But Oakhaven, we need a story about Oakhaven, okay? Because like Arwen was on her way to Oakhaven before she got sidetracked. I do like the idea that the entire Comet and Blacksmith story was an Arwen side quest. That's funny to me.
I will still maintain that it. God,
oh my god, he's dying.
Oh my god. Yeah, allergies. Good fun.
Love it.
But I fully support the idea that Arwen's behind everything.
It's pink. They're firing pink glitter.
Yeah. Firing glitter bombs and wanting to like conquer a sparkly portion of the world. It's like Arwen's behind this.
Yeah.
She has to be. In fact, I might have an idea for the end of the trilogy.
I'm a fan of that.
Yes.
So, like I said, I had to take creative liberties on what some people looked like. Because
Okay.
the descriptions of a lot of them were almost non-existent.
Yeah.
Like, let's see.
Like
Cammy was the funniest. But,
I think it just described her waistcoat, but that was it.
yeah, which you can't even see in the way that I did this. So,
okay.
If I'm understanding what a waistcoat is, which quite frankly I could just not be. So,
Fair.
But yeah, Agnes, braided pigtails, slender ferret handler. That's it. That's all we get.
Yeah.
That's all we get.
And she wasn't mentioned after the pixie attack, so as far as we know, she died.
Yep.
It's not that the AI just completely forgot about the character.
Yeah, that definitely hasn't happened before.
No.
So, that's fine.
Yeah. But after Chapter 1, aren't you convinced that this was totally based off of Raiders of the Lost Ark?
No!
I don't see it. I put this into the AI story generator, and I'm like, huh? This is a plot synopsis of Indiana Jones.
No. Lies. Okay. Lies and slander.
Yeah.
So, Owen, hurry up. Hurry up. Get your butt over here. Damn it. So sad. Do you want to go ahead and start the story? I have this feeling that it's going to make literally no difference.
We shall see. I have not read Chapter 2, so I don't know.
Let me scroll. All right.
Starts on page 18.
Okay.
And I did a better job with the spacing, didn't I?
You did. I'm proud of you. What is this chapter? I am so sad I didn't put that in the thing.
The booty trapped temple.
That's so sad. I could have put that as bummer.
Not
Missed opportunity.
Not the booby trapped temple, the booty trapped temple.
Booty.
Okay. So do you just want me to get started then?
We shall get started, and then we will take a break when Arwen comes in, and we can
catch her up on what's happened,
and we can marvel at the thumbnail. Yes. There we go, Ram Bam. Yes.
I like the 2C spelling.
That is the only spelling for that.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I have, like I said, I have not read any further than where we got to, so this is all new territory for me as well.
That's exciting.
So I have no idea what's going to happen.
I couldn't have cheated if I wanted to because I didn't have access to it.
Fair.
Yeah, this is new for me too.
Okay. Chapter 2, The Booty Trapped Temple.
I'm pumped.
The meadow, bathed in the golden light of the setting sun, offered a brief respite. But the serenity was deceptive. The air still hummed with an underlying tension, a slight reminder of the pixie invasion and the looming mystery of the comet. Just in case, Ever the Pragmatist. I'm still happy with that name.
It totally fits his character once you see him. That is 1000% the name of his character.
Okay, all right.
I love how I'm very proud of how I made him look.
Arlena, how dare you watch your granddaughter? This is more important.
No, you're fighting for the Empire. We established this, okay, Arlena? You are fighting for the Empire.
She's fighting so that her granddaughter can one day assume the throne of the Emperor.
There.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Because we can't put Arwen in charge because then she will bedazzle the Death Star. We really can't. No one will take us seriously. Okay?
She would absolutely have a pink Death Star.
Yes. Yes.
I just picture her blowing up Alderaan and like oh shit, sorry, no.
I like the idea that every time the laser fires, it says, "Hey y'all."
Yes.
You're fine, Daryl. You're fine.
That would be yes. Yes, every time it's fires at a planet, it just goes, "Hey y'all!"
Yes.
And then boom.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And of course, the thermal exhaust port is a global sausage wide.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
What else?
Clearly.
I like the idea that the Emperor, or not the Emperor, the Darth Vader, her Darth Vader would be secretly the roided owl. Because, they always end up killing each other, so,
Right.
So.
Anyway,
moving on. All right, forward.
Yes. Okay. Just in case, Ever the Pragmatist was already consulting his miniature map, his brow furrowed in concentration. Oh, crap. What was my voice for him? Was it my Picard?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll do that.
I don't fucking know.
We're professionals.
We are. Dude, it's been 2 weeks, and there's so much shit in these that
Yeah,
anyway.
According to my calculations, he announced, his voice barely a whisper above the chirping of crickets. Okay.
There's crickets now. I don't even know. We're in the meadow? Okay.
We're in a meadow, apparently. I thought they were in underground tunnels last time.
No, we popped out, didn't we? Hold on.
Maybe.
Let me scroll up. The escape had been a success. Okay.
A testament to their unlikely alliance.
Their strengthening bond. If I don't get one strengthening bond, I'm going to be super upset. Just saying. All right, continue. Nah.
Okay. I was just looking. They got to Zeta 7, which is apparently this meadow, and they're not referring to it as Zeta 7. Okay.
Oh, Zeta 7 definitely sounds like a planet.
It does. It really does. Okay. According to my calculations, he announced, his voice barely... Oh, I'm sorry. According to my calculations, he announced, his voice barely a whisper above the chirping crickets. The artifact is located on Isle Parada. All right.
What?
The artifact is located on Isle Parada, Lost Island, the remote location known for its treacherous terrain and, according to several rather unreliable historical accounts, a booby-trapped temple.
Okay. So why are we... even...
Right.
Okay, whatever. You know what? It's perfect. It's fine.
Sure, why not? Okay. Lost Island. The very name conjured images of dense jungles, hidden waterfalls. Waterfalls, they're back!
No, it says it conjured the images. Not that they're there.
That's fair. Okay. Lost Island. The very name conjured images of dense jungles, hidden waterfalls, and lurking dangers. Earl, still recovering from his encounter with the philosophical ferrets, felt a familiar tremor of apprehension.
Very different.
Yes.
Oh, I'll voice Cammy. I have no idea what her voice was supposed to be, but I'll do it.
I think Arlena did just a generic dumb blonde voice, if I remember.
Okay, I can do that. It's just
you gotta keep it separate from Earl being more Valley Girl now.
Okay. Earl, talk like this. Okay. I can't talk like that with Cammy. All right.
Right. Okay. Earl, still recovering from his encounter with the philosophical ferrets, felt a familiar tremor of apprehension. Cammy, however, seemed unfazed. She produced a small, intricately carven wooden compass from her waistcoat, its needles spinning wildly before settling on a precise point.
All right.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying it. Okay, hold on. I got it. I got this. I've overthought it now. Now my brain froze. Hold on. This is very important. All right?
Yes.
Because I see the word Earl and then I think Earl. So then
Right.
Hold on. I got it. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna make her Southern. That makes me feel better. Don't worry, Earl.
She said, her voice calm and reassuring.
I happen to have a rather well-maintained seafaring vessel docked in a convenient location.
Of course! All right!
At least where it didn't. Let's just say I anticipated the need for a quick getaway after a certain incident involving a ferret-adorned hot air balloon. What in tarnation?
All right.
Sure.
The journey to Isle Parada was as eventful. There we go. As their escape from the underground tunnels. Cammy's well-maintained seafaring vessel, which turned out to be a vibrantly colored sailboat named the Cheese Wedge.
I don't even know if this is going to be important. Okay.
All right. Proved to be surprisingly seaworthy. I would hope the boat would be seaworthy.
What do you mean surprise? It's a boat. Its whole existence is to be seaworthy.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what happens to boats when they aren't seaworthy? They sink.
toodaloo! Like,
They either sink or they get broken down for scrap.
yeah.
That's what happens when a boat's no longer seaworthy. Okay. All right. The cheese wedge proved to be surprisingly seaworthy, though its speed was often dictated by the whims of the wind and the occasional kraken sighting, which, according to Cammy, were more common than one might imagine.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. All right. Also, good luck to you and your future self for trying to just have vibrantly colored that tells you what color it is.
Oh, I have an idea.
Okay. Esmeralda, still nursing a severe case of post-ferret negotiation exhaustion.
Fair.
All right. Spent most of the voyage clutching Bartholomew, who surprisingly found the rolling waves to be quite conductive to a long nap. Hells yeah.
Except for those of us who have motion sickness.
Fair.
Yay.
True. Okay. Justin, naturally, maintained a meticulous log of their voyage on something that isn't even his ship, all right?
You know what? Fair. Somebody needs to do their job.
Justin seems to be the only competent person here.
I'm Team Justin.
Yeah. Noting the precise latitude and longitude of every Kraken sighting and documenting the precise shade of blue the ocean at various times of the day.
I feel like Justin has solely become me. All right, that's fair. I'm bored. I have nothing to do. I'm just gonna whatever. Also, we probably should know where the Krakens are.
That's fair. Yeah, you should know where the Krakens are. I think that's fair. Isle Parada, when they finally reached it, was a breathtaking spectacle. Towering volcanic peaks pierced the sky. Their slopes draped in lush emerald vegetation. Wait.
I'm just copying and pasting the next two paragraphs. I'm not writing this down.
Volcanic peaks, yet emerald vegetation.
Well,
I mean,
potentially.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Because, I mean, volcanic soil is supposed to be very, very good fertilizer.
I mean, it is. And it is possible for volcanoes to go dormant for incredibly long stretches of time.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. Exotic birds with plumage that seem to shift color in the sunlight fitted through the trees. That's so helpful in their description.
I'm gonna be real. This is better than a lot of the stuff I got for the other one. So
okay. Their calls echoing through the jungle. Strange luminous. There we go. Strange luminous flowers illuminated hidden pathways. Their glow casting an ethereal, magical ambiance. But beneath this idyllic facade lay a strange primeval. Oh my god, I can read. I can totally read.
I know exactly what that word sounds like in my head. I could never say it out loud.
But beneath this idyllic facade lay a sense of primeval energy. There we go.
Primeval energy, like in Diablo. It's fine.
Yes. Primeval energy. A hint of something ancient and powerful. Cool. The ancient temple, nestled deep within the island's interior.
You're on the shore.
That's what I thought. I thought they were just looking at the place.
Whatever. It's fine. They have a drone.
They also have a giant, so maybe he can just see further than everybody.
Yeah, I don't know what they mean by giant. That's a very vague thing. So
yeah, because there's like some giants in fantasy where they're like 20 feet tall, And then there's like Andre the Giant, where he's this big man, but he's still human.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's weathered stone walls adorned with intricate I'm seeing intricate over and over again.
Yeah. Good.
It might be the new whimsical.
My favorite.
Yeah. Its weathered stones, adorned with intricate carvings of long-forgotten deities, seemed to pulse with a faint energy. The air around the temple hummed with an almost palpable sense of history. A silent testament. There's testament again.
Ooh,
We love that word.
we do.
Or no, Scribbler loves that word.
Yes.
A silent testament to the civilizations that had once called this island home. But the entrance was guarded by a series of ominous traps, a grim warning to any who dared to enter.
Gonna be real. Those are not good traps if I can see them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if
That's
I,
great.
standing like 3 miles away from your temple, can see your traps, you've done a really bad job.
Yes.
So, all right, here we go. Here's the dude. Here's our man. All right.
Uh-huh.
This looks challenging.
Earl commented, his voice tinged with a mixture of awe and apprehension. He's just very apprehensive today.
He is.
Yeah.
To be fair, think of what he's been going through.
True. Recently divorced, running into your ex, squirrel bombs that are the size of, glitter bombs the size of small dogs being thrown at his head. Yeah, it's been a trying few days for Earl.
I'm going to be fair. I forgot that was the size of them. So you're going to have to take, you're going to have to just figure out what sizing you want for the things I have set up here. So,
Okay.
Because if that's the case, then there is some, okay. Anyway, moving on.
All right. He gazed at the intricate network of pressure plates, tripwires, and concealed dart mechanisms guarding the temple entrance. Well, if they're concealed, he can see them, they are not well hidden, are they?
He's a baker, damn it. This is why he's here.
True. Because when I need to get through tripwires and booby traps, I look to bakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you?
I mean, every day, all the time.
Yeah. Even Cammy, usually so unflappable, looked slightly impressed.
I think I nailed her character. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, just from what I have gathered, is just her character looks so unimpressed in the thumbnail. I think I'm very happy with this.
Okay. Justin, however, seemed more excited than intimidated. Ah, yes, he exclaimed, pulling out a small leather-bound book from his satchel. According to the recovered fragments of the traps and tribulations of the ancients. All right, sure, okay.
He would bring that book.
The entrance is secured by a series of pressure-sensitive mechanisms triggered by specific weight distributions, as is evidenced by the pressure plates, which are apparently clearly seen.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Justin spent the next several hours poring over his ancient tome, while Earl, aided by Cammy's surprising knowledge of ancient ruins, meticulously, there we go.
We figured it out.
We got meticulously again. I feel whole.
We do.
Examined the cryptic symbols etched into the stone. Apparently Bartholomew and Esmeralda are just hanging out.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they just kind of left.
and Professor Brumbabook hasn't been mentioned either.
No, which is very concerning considering I did make him slightly prominent.
Okay. Well, we joked that he was Hulk Hogan, so
Hey, I delivered on that.
I,
Okay.
I was hoping you would.
I did.
Okay.
I 1000% delivered on that.
Okay. Hulk Hogan with a monocle. I that's what I'm expecting.
That is literally what you're getting.
Okay. The pressure plates responded to variations in weight, requiring a precise balance to move forward without triggering a cascade of deadly consequences. Or you could just not step on the pressure plates. Just saying.
This is really funny considering I made a creative liberty choice with one of the characters, so this whole thing could be avoided.
Okay.
With one of the creative liberties I gave. You'll see. Continue.
Okay. Is it the bridge made of bread?
No.
Because that was mentioned last time. That's something Earl can apparently do.
Yeah, I know. But I didn't have to. There were big events that I had to do, and I couldn't do little bit of details like that. So
true. All right. One misstep could result in a shower of poison darts, collapsing walls, or a tidal wave of highly caffeinated spiders. Oh dear God!
Okay, so those are three very different things. I have arachnophobia.
Me too.
So I'm going to treat those three things. I'd rather go kill me with walls. Okay.
I will take the collapsing walls or the poison darts over over a tidal wave of highly caffeinated spiders.
I just got that creepy crawly thing. All right, move on. Go, Josh, go.
Yeah. A particularly nasty breed endemic to Isle Parada.
So we need to leave now.
Yes. Yep. This is where I would just be going, nope, I'm heading home. The process was a delicate dance of calculation and coordination. Earl, with his considerable strength, served as the anchor, while Cammy used her intuition to guide their movements.
I'm so happy. Okay. I'm so happy because we have now gotten confirmation that he is as muscled up as I have been making him. So we now have story confirmation that he's ripped out of his mind, and that makes me happy. So
yes.
All right. I just had to mention that because that made my heart sing a little bit of happiness that he is ripped out of his damn mind. So okay. We're happy. All right, please continue.
Okay. Justin, armed with his seemingly endless supply of calculations, directed their progress. Esmeralda, surprisingly nimble on her feet, acted as the scout, ensuring the path remained clear. Bartholomew, ever the calm observer, provided insightful commentary on the aesthetics of the temple's architecture. Oh, that's helpful.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Bartholomew. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Their journey through the temple's labyrinthine corridors was a constant test of their skills and teamwork. It'd be nice to see these. Actually, you know what? We'll probably go 3 more pages, and then this will repeat.
Also, do you know who also hasn't been mentioned?
Grumbles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I caught that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. He got cracked at the battle.
Rip.
Yeah. Maybe the Pixie Scouts will take the shattered remains of Grumbles and take him to Arwen, and she'll fix him with glitter glue.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm so glad you said that out loud.
There we go.
Except I didn't think about the glitter glue. That was a nice touch. Very in character. I like it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bravo.
Yes. They navigated through rooms filled with illusions, solved riddles etched in long forgotten languages. Oh, okay.
Why are we here?
They need the artifact? For what?
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay, the artifact. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And even managed to outsmart a particularly grumpy stone golem who seemed to have a personal vendetta against anyone carrying a satchel, Justin's included.
Rude.
He doesn't like people being able to carry things, apparently.
Then go away.
Yeah. They were constantly threatened by dart traps, exploding statues, and a multitude of other booby traps. See, in the text, it remembers it's booby trap, but the title is booty trap.
I think booty trap is so much funnier.
It's much funnier. All right. And a multitude of other booby traps that seem designed to test the limits of their ingenuity because they're supposed to be guarding what's inside.
It's their job.
Yeah. Although I do get frustrated when you like in a video game and like you have to like solve like all these like puzzles in order to like move to the next room, and it's like in someone's home. It's just why would you do this?
Like, okay, for instance, I absolutely love the puzzles in Resident Evil 1. Okay, I love them to death, but I'm gonna be honest with you. What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Like, if I have to solve the Tower of Hanoi puzzle just so I can go to the bathroom, there's an issue here.
I have to go find the fucking diamond key, which God only knows where it is. Okay, it could be anywhere. All right, I had to go find the diamond key so I can go, so I can brush my teeth before I go to bed. Okay,
Right.
Why? Why did I do this to myself?
Exactly. Anyway. But at each turn, they relied on their strengths, adapting to the ever-changing environment with a mix of skill and a healthy dose of luck. Along the way, they discovered ancient murals depicting the comet's arrival. What?
Oh, you remember the comment. That's nice.
Okay. All right. Apparently, it's an ancient comet now that crashed, even though I thought it was a recent impact. But okay.
Well, the comet could be ancient, and the impact could be,
fair. But but the ancient murals are depicting the comet's arrival.
No, I'm saying the comet existing, because comets orbit the sun. So It could have existed for a long time, but the arrival on Earth and its subsequent crash could be new. You know what I mean?
But the murals are depicting the comet's arrival.
No, I understand. Probably because aliens.
Okay.
Ancient aliens taught me that. Aliens.
True. When in doubt, the answer is aliens.
Aliens.
It's true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
With that classic meme guy's hair.
Yep. Correct.
Anyway, they discovered ancient murals depicting the comet's arrival and the subsequent efforts of the island's inhabitants to contain its power. Again, that was something that was just mentioned because it was a recent impact. Okay. The murals provided valuable clues regarding the location of the artifact, but also hinted at a greater, more sinister force at work. A power that had been unleashed by the comet and was now threatening to engulf the island. The realization sent a chill down their spines, adding a new layer of urgency to their quest. I thought the power of the comet was what they were sent to try to harness before the pixies got to it.
No.
Oh. Okay. The final chamber, hidden deep within the temple's heart, was a breathtaking spectacle. We're not going to describe it. Don't you worry.
Oh, we're going Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Okay.
And At its center rested a crystalline orb pulsating with an ethereal energy, the very artifact they had sought. But the chamber was far from empty. It was guarded by a colossal stone dragon.
Hold on, I gotta add that.
Yeah. Its eyes burning with an unearthly light. The dragon, a guardian of immense power. I would hope your dragon guardian has immense power. I would be disappointed if I put a dragon in charge of something and it's just a pushover.
Yeah, fair.
That's me. That's just me. The dragon, a guardian of immense power, was the last obstacle in their path, the ultimate test of their journey. The battle against the stone dragon was far from easy. Protect the white mage. That's your key.
Yes, if your healer is fucked, you are fucked. Okay, that is what. All right, rule 1 in parties. Okay.
Yes. You have the warrior to distract it. You have your archers to do the damage, but you need the white mage to keep everybody alive.
Yeah. The white mage goes in the back. The archers go in front of them. Okay, and then you have the tank, which is going up and going to mess everybody up. Okay, any extra shit you have besides those things, okay, are to both protect the white mage and also to distract whatever the hell you're going up against from really even noticing the white mage. You don't want them to notice it, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I hate it when the dragon has like millions of like little dragonlings that can just come completely out of nowhere when called upon, and they always go after the white mage. Always. Anyway, protect the white mage in your dragon battle. This is life advice from Afternoon Discord and Delight.
Yes, this is life advice that you absolutely have to do, because let me tell you, it's going to take one time and you losing all your shit and your progress for you to realize how dumb you were for not protecting your white mage.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Anyway. The battle against the stone dragon was far from easy. It involved a complex series of maneuvers utilizing Cammie's knowledge of ancient lore. How does that help?
She's a detective. I have questions.
Earl's brute strength. There you go. More confirmation.
Hell yeah.
Justin's strategic prowess. And Esmeralda's surprisingly effective use of glitter bombs, a tactic surprisingly effective against the stone dragon, especially one who seemed to have a personal disdain for sparkles. I guess the giant died.
Well, considering we haven't heard from Hulk or the giant in a few paragraphs,
and Agnes
left the group chat. Okay, last chapter. All right.
Yeah. It was a battle that pushed them all to their limits. Well, then that means you didn't level up high enough before you took on the boss.
Dummy, you're supposed to grind before you take on the big boss. Okay?
Always grind. Granted, it can be extremely rewarding when the boss is like a level 18 and all your guys are level 15 and you still come out ahead. Then it's very satisfying that you got the victory. But you made it harder on yourself.
Yeah. There's not a time limit, generally speaking.
Usually not.
You can go. You can grind. Okay, it's generally accepted.
Yeah. The battle pushed them all to their limits. The struggle where their teamwork was the only thing that ensured their survival. But in the end, they prevailed. The stone dragon, vanquished, crumbled into dust. Aww.
Rude.
Leaving behind only the crystalline orb. its power now accessible to them. The weight of the comet's mystery, its potential danger, lay in their hands. The next phase of their adventure, the final confrontation, was about to begin. What final confrontation?
Yo, how many chapters we got?
We got 5.
I have a feeling this isn't the final confrontation. It's like whenever a movie wraps up and it's halfway over, you're like, uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The air inside the temple was thick with the scent of dust and something akin to petrified bananas.
What?
A smell Earl couldn't quite place, but found oddly unsettling. The entrance. Oh no! I called it. It's gone back.
Hold on. No. We just defeated the fucking dragon. You can't do that story.
I think it just went back.
Oh my god. So you did the same thing with the wedding. You gave me, and the battle. They keep giving us a summary and then doing like you're not supposed to put the summary in the story too.
AI's the future, okay?
Yeah, it's definitely going to replace writers.
All right. The entrance, though cleared of the initial pressure plates, led into a vast, dimly lit chamber. Torches fueled by some unknown, perpetually burning substance. Okay. Cast dancing shadows on the walls, revealing intricate carvings of beings that were simultaneously terrifying and hilarious.
I read ahead. Oh my
Creature.
God. This is Arwen. This is
definitely Arwen. I know what you're talking about. I see it. I see it. When she gets here, we have to go back to this point so she can hear this. Creatures with the heads of badgers and the bodies of sausages, for example. Oh my god.
Beautiful.
Yes. Badger sausages. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Justin declared, adjusting his spectacles and consulting his well-worn tome. The next section involves a series of interconnected levers and pulleys, apparently designed to test one's spatial reasoning and ability to withstand an onslaught of miniature catapults launching particularly aggressive acorns. Oh my god, wasn't that one of our jokes last time?
I'm not sure.
Because I remember the Pixies brought miniature catapults.
I did not remember that.
I remember that was mentioned, and I think Arlena joked that it shoots acorns.
Beautiful.
Earl, ever the pragmatist. I thought Justin was the pragmatist of the group.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. I gotta do something real quick.
Okay. I don't know why this story continues to just... It gives you like a summary of what's about to happen and then goes back and goes into slightly more detail about it. I don't know why it keeps doing that, because it happens over and over and over again. Okay, hold on. I'm on page 21. Okay, so they're at the entrance now. So oh good. We're gonna get more detail about the highly caffeinated spiders. That's gonna be coming up. Esmeralda, surprisingly nimble on her feet, acting as the scout. Okay. Just remember, AI is the future. AI is definitely the future. Let's see. Thrill as I scroll. Let me do a little bit of a word search here. How many times is intricate used in this story? Where's Oh, come on. Where is it? Where's Huh. That's true, Jester. Yes, the book is always right. I'm looking for the word find. I want to know how many times intricately is used. Where is it? Oh. Ah, there you are. Okay. All right. Where are you? Okay, there we go. Finally. Sorry, this is taking me a while. I'm not familiar with things. Oh. Really? Intricate is only used 18 times? I could have sworn it was more than that. Okay. Arlena, Arwen had real life things. She told us she'd be late. Where that is, I'm not sure. That's 17 times more than this. That's fair. That is fair. Yep, and Eris is keeping the thumbnail hidden until until Arwen's here, which makes me sad because I want to see her summary of last chapter. Okay. All right. I would just continue reading the book, but Earl has a line in the next line here, and that makes me sad because Eris is Earl. I can't do justice to Earl's voice. Oh my goodness. There's another character coming up. All right. Okay. All right, that's happening. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and continue reading, because I don't know how long she's gonna be. All right. Let me go back to the previous paragraph here. All right. Right, Justin declared, adjusting his spectacles and consulting his well-worn tome. The next section involves a series of interconnected levers and pulleys, apparently designed to test one's spatial reasoning and ability to withstand an onslaught of miniature catapults launching particularly aggressive acorns. Earl, ever the pragmatist, examined the labyrinthine system of levers. Miniature catapults, you say? I'd rather face a kraken. I know it's not as good as Eris's. I'm sorry, everyone. Cammy, however, was already deciphering the symbols etched on the wall near the levers. These aren't just any levers, she announced. They represent the constellations. What? What? They represent the constellations. A solution involves aligning them to mimic the night sky on the night of the comet's arrival. What? Okay. The night of the comet's arrival? Justin exclaimed, his eyes widening. That's brilliant, Cammy. But ... How do we know what the night sky looked like then? Because it's the night sky and it's easily predictable? Okay. Esmeralda, who had been silently observing the room, pointed to a faded mural on the far wall. It's depicted here, she whispered. Oh, it's depicted here, she whispered, her voice barely audible above the clicking of the levers.
I have returned.
Hi. I continued reading.
You continued reading? That's funny. I had to take a phone call. So.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Where the hell are we? Hold on. I gotta. You did Earl's voice?
I did. I tried to do justice to it.
It's really low pitch, and then you talk like a valley girl.
If you want, you can reread the line. I didn't get that far.
You're fine. I'm sorry I had to abandon you. I was not expecting that phone call at that time, so you're fine.
It's all right.
Oh, where's Arwen? Arwen has a personal stews that she is doing at the moment, and she didn't tell me when she was going to be here. So.
Oh, Rambam, we're both loud? Really?
Really? I am. Okay, hold on. Let
I
me.
can. Yeah, I can.
All right, I've turned it down, and I am moving it away from it. Go away, Mike. You've made me loud.
Okay, is that better?
Have we
I
done it? Are we better
yeah,
now?
yeah. I've also tuned it down a little. Okay. Um, we are at the bottom of page 21.
All right.
The mural, once vibrant, was now faded and cracked, but it clearly showed a detailed star chart. Okay.
I feel like I genuinely feel like I haven't like lost out on anything.
That's fair. Somehow, they figured out that one of the answers the to a bunch of the levers is to align them into the night sky on the night of the comet's arrival. How you do that with levers, I have absolutely no idea.
Nope, no clue.
Yep. Okay. Justin, with his innate ability to decode cryptic information, quickly identified the constellations and relayed that information to Earl. He meticulously worked his way through a series of levers, carefully aligning them to match the star chart. The sound of whirring gears and groaning pulleys filled the air as their mechanisms slowly activated. With a final click, the far wall slid open, revealing a passage choked with thorny vines and what looked suspiciously like a colony of angry, singing ferrets. All right.
Okay.
Earl.
No, it's okay. It's all right. I was just embracing the fact that they're ferrets and not badgers, and I had to get over that.
Yeah. Remember the badger?
I remember the badger. Singing ferrets? Question mark.
Earl muttered, his voice laced with disbelief. He knew better than to underestimate the singing ferrets. They were known to hypnotize their victims with their unsettling melodies before deploying a barrage of miniature but surprisingly sharp knitting needles. What? Okay. All right.
Sure. That's fine.
Yeah. The ferrets were dealt with rather efficiently by when Esmeralda unexpectedly unleashed her collection of glitter bombs.
Is that what's in her box?
I
Because
guess so.
she had a wooden box, and that was one of the like 3 things they had as a character for her.
Yes.
And I'm assuming that's what was it. I don't know if I would keep them in. You do you, Esmeralda.
She clearly knows what she's doing.
Obviously, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah. She's not like other girls.
Nah.
They seem to have a similar effect on the ferrets, causing a mass exodus from the vines, accompanied by a chorus of confused squeaks. Oh, okay, sure.
Squeak, 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 squeak,
Yeah,
squeak,
yeah.
squeaking, squeak, squeaker, squeak, squeak. You owe me a new acorn. Squeak, squeakity, squeak, squeaking.
Beyond the singing ferrets, the passage led into a room with intricate floor tiles. Each tile was adorned with a different symbol, and the slightest misstep could activate a seemingly endless series of booby traps, ranging from giant rubber chickens that popped out of the floor to showers of sentient tickling feathers. Okay.
Hold on, I have to read that myself. Are you? I don't know if I'm putting that in there. I'm just gonna be real with you. I already have. I want the
That's
dragon.
fair.
I'm keeping the dragon.
Yes.
Okay, the dragon's cool. He gets to stay. Okay. The cheese wedge, vibrant colored boat, which I'm definitely going to try to make look like cheese, 1000% gets to stay. The island obviously gets to stay. The temple gets to stay. The stupid giant rubber chickens popping out from the floor, probably not. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm there. You know what? I might. Hold on a second. Maybe a rubber chicken off to the side.
Yeah.
By the temple. Okay, there we go.
Maybe Earl has the rubber chicken.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, Maybe Earl has rubber chicken. That sounds like a disease. He has the rubber chicken.
Fair.
Maybe Earl has the rubber chicken.
Anyway. This is some sort of intricate dance, Justin mused,
Sure.
studying the symbols on the floor. According to my research, this is a variation of the ancient step sequence waltz. Okay.
Shut up, Justin. Although he is
Sure.
currently my favorite character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cammy, translating the symbols, explained the pattern required for transversing the room without triggering any of the less than desirable traps. Not the rubber chickens! This waltz required precise footwork, graceful movements, and an exceptional level of patience. Qualities that none of them fully possessed.
God, that's so funny. That's the funniest thing this stupid AI has ever written. That's actually genuinely funny. Okay, hold on. I'm actually screenshotting this because, genuinely, that's a good line. That's a shockingly good line.
Yeah.
This waltz required all of these things, and nobody had that. So, bummer.
Yeah. The result was a chaotic yet strangely elegant dance with near misses and several comical stumbles.
Which you could put into a description, but you're not going to.
Yeah. They finally managed to navigate the room, and after brushing off a few feathers, mostly from Bartholomew, they found themselves in another chamber. This one contained a massive stone puzzle reminiscent of a gigantic Rubik's Cube. All right. With each face etched with intricate runes. Okay.
Sure.
Earl, yeah. Why not? Earl, with his blacksmith expertise, expertly identified the mechanism behind the cube. Yeah, you just peel off the stickers and put them on so they all match. That's how you do it. That's how you solve a Rubik's Cube. Everyone knows this.
Yeah, and Earl, with all of the blacksmithing expertise he could possibly have. Okay.
Yeah. He knows how to make horseshoes. Clearly, he understands ancient mechanisms.
Actually, last time he tried to make a horseshoe,
it became sentient. Yeah.
It became sentient. So, no, actually, he doesn't know how to make horseshoes.
Okay. Earl, with his blacksmith's expertise, expertly identified the mechanism behind the cube, concluding it needed to be rotated in a specific sequence to reveal the hidden passage, hence it being like a Rubik's Cube.
What a big brain you have, Earl.
Like, hey, that looks like a Rubik's Cube. What if it's like a Rubik's Cube?
What if I rotate it like it's a Rubik's Cube?
He spent the next hour wrestling with the enormous cube, occasionally requesting advice from Cammy on the meanings of the runes. He required a combination of brute force, subtle manipulation, and a surprisingly accurate intuition.
Okay. Oh, no. All right. So, Earl, you dumbass. All right. You don't actually need to know what the runes mean.
Yeah.
They all need to look alike.
Yes. Yes.
So you don't need to know anything. There could be, I don't know, anything in Chinese. at all. I don't know anything. Not a lick of Mandarin do I know. Okay, you could stick those symbols on a Rubik's cube, and it wouldn't make any difference because solving a Rubik's cube, as long as there are differentiating things on it, okay, you can solve it without having a lick of understanding.
Correct.
What the hell what it is. All right, you don't.
If you just have to match the symbols, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. You don't need to know anything.
Yeah.
That's it. Dumbass.
After what felt like an eternity of twisting and turning, the puzzle finally clicked into place. A hidden doorway swung open, revealing a corridor that descended steeply into darkness. This corridor was filled with what appeared to be miniature yet fully functional replica of a blacksmith's forge.
What?
All right.
Fucking sure.
Complete with tiny hammers, anvils, and bellows. However, these were not for ornamental purposes. They were a trap.
How? Errol just saw a blacksmith shit and just had to start running towards it like a madman. He was like, I must blacksmith. I am the blacksmith. I must go.
As they proceeded, the bellows mysteriously activated, creating a gust of intensely hot air that sent Justin's carefully calculated notes flying. All right. Earl's blacksmithing expertise helped him quickly assess the situation. The traps were triggered by vibrations.
So you're all fucked because just by existing, you emanate small vibrations.
Yes.
Oh, good luck, guys.
Yeah. Good luck, everybody. Earl.
I know. I like the level, like, I know too much science for that to like even remotely make sense because we all emulate a little bit of heat, right? Yeah. How is heat created? The vibration of molecules and atoms. Okay, that is how things are. So, the faster they vibrate, the different, they go from solid, liquid to gas. Okay, so, faster they vibrate and the less they have between each other. And so even just by being a solid, there's little vibrations. So I don't know what you mean. What type of vibrations? What level of vibrations are they triggered by? I have questions and I can't deal with it because this is an AI story and I have to be Earl.
Yeah. Just by breathing, you're causing vibrations, like in the air.
Your heartbeat.
Yeah.
Your blood circulating in your veins, the way your nerves interact. Okay. Okay, it's fine. Yeah. We're fine. Yeah. All right. Anyway, slow and steady wins the race.
Earl declared, adopting a meditative posture and moving with the grace of a seasoned dancer.
No. No, he does not. Get out of here.
Avoiding unnecessary noise and maintaining a careful pace. The others imitated him as best as they could, though Justin's occasional yelps of protest due to an unexpected gust of hot air proved otherwise. They successfully navigated the miniature forge section with minimal burns and only slightly singed eyebrows.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay. All right.
I'm not putting like even 50% of this in the thumbnail, just so we're all clear.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I'm glad that we're getting some descriptions, but absolutely fucking not. Okay. No. Maybe when we make this like an official audiobook, I will go into more detail. But like not for the thumbnail. No.
Right. This proved to be more challenging than they anticipated. Wait, did I skip something? I did. Okay. How dare I? I scrolled down and I missed the next paragraph entirely.
No, you're on the second so like the third paragraph up from the bottom, right? You're on the second line. So you skipped an entire paragraph and a half.
Yes, I did.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I just want to make sure that because we have to get everything, okay?
Yes. What do you mean, low spec Linux? This is the second greatest story ever told.
This is more AI. What AI hell?
This is a masterpiece, okay?
What Hollywood is we're using what Hollywood uses, okay? This is very high grade material, all right?
Absolutely.
All right, and it costs $500 million to make. Okay, this is very, very
because it repeats over and over again.
Yes, we keep having to do reshoots, but not because like they're actual reshoots, but because we keep having to repeat the same thing over again.
Okay. This led them to a chamber filled with an array of musical instruments. Harps, flutes, lyres, and even a set of miniature bagpipes. But why are the bagpipes miniature? But okay.
They're too intense. They have to be smaller.
True. But these weren't just instruments. They were components to a complex musical puzzle. Oh, I hate musical puzzles in games.
Yeah, because do you know what I know absolutely nothing about? The intricacies of music.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, type on this piano and it will spell out what you need to do. And I'm just like, I don't have any idea what these notes are, question mark. So good luck to me, I guess.
Yeah. I learned like several years ago, I learned the little doodle for the Game of Thrones theme, you know, doo 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 doo. That's about all I know how to do on the piano. Yeah. Season 3 of House of the Dragon is going to be wonderful. Don't you worry.
Dude.
I'm not concerned at all.
Dude.
Uh-huh.
It took me way too long to figure out season 1 was better. Okay, I got distracted by the dragon fight in the middle of season 2. Okay, I got distracted.
Which was glorious.
It was the best episode of season 2. Okay, I got very distracted.
It might be the best episode of the series.
Maybe it might be. It
was so good.
It was so good, and I gotta, I gotta.
Season 1's definitely better.
Season 1 was significantly better, and I was in denial during our. I do that where I get kind of caught up in the hype, and I just can't believe that something that is good goes bad, because why would you ever do that to yourself? Why would you ever take something good and make it bad? Why? What is the point? You're just wasting money. You're basically driving people away.
Especially when the guy who wrote the source material is still around and involved with production. Just ask him. Just talk to him.
Yeah. So I will say some of my favorite scenes was the Green Council, and I gotta be real.
Oh God, even those were easily the best scees.
I was
so good.
I was very Team Black. Okay, when we went into season 2,
mm-hmm.
I'm kind of just team
both awful.
Destroy everything. No, I like Damien. All right, I am only Team Damien. I am with nobody else on either side. I'm only Team Damien. And I unfortunately know
Laris is an interesting character.
Hmm?
Laris is interesting. I find him kind of an intriguing character.
I can't root for the foot fetish guy. I just can't.
I mean, that was an invention of the show. That's not in the book.
I understand. But also, why the hell would that be in historical accounts? I mean, to be fair. All right. Hey, guys, there was like a battle of dragons. Also, there was this foot fetish guy. Like, I don't know what the hell, this is happening. I'm just saying. Like, he's interesting, but no, I'm Team Damien, and I'm like 60% sure it has to do with the fact that it's Matt Smith.
Oh, Matt Smith is definitely responsible for making Damien as interesting as he is.
So I adore Matt Smith. I absolutely love him. He's so great.
I just want him to stop showing his ass in everything he's in.
Matt, nobody wants to see your booty. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to be the one to say it. Nobody's here to see your
I don't want to see his booty-trapped temple.
All right, I don't want to see your booty-trapped temple. All right, I don't want to see that Targaryen ass. I don't want to see it. Thank you very much, good sir. Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're doing it just to troll people at this point. But like, I don't want to see your ass. And I never want to see it thrusting. Okay, I don't need that image ever in my brain again. All right.
Yeah.
The 11th Doctor would never. Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No. Stop it, Matt.
Anyway,
moving on. It is weird how just lately he seems to. Anyway, continue.
All right. But these weren't just instruments; they were components to a complex musical puzzle. The solution involved playing specific notes in a precise order to deactivate a series of magically sealed doors. I mean, that's usually what a musical puzzle is.
As opposed to, okay, whatever. You know,
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
This proved to be more challenging than they anticipated. While Esmeralda's unexpected talent on the bagpipes was surprisingly effective, her rendition of a particularly flamboyant jig nearly triggered the collapse of the ceiling.
Okay, Esmeralda, you're kind of winning me over. You were team, fuck it, we'll just kill everybody.
Yeah.
I want the story to end.
Cammy, with her knowledge of ancient musical notations, managed to decipher this
ancient stuff. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is like the 5th ancient knowledge that she's had just hiding under her belt. Okay.
While having also a family of cheesemakers, apparently.
Oh my god, I forgot she had a family of cheesemakers.
All right.
Oh, because he has a type. Earl has a type. That's
Yes.
right. Okay. I'm remembering. All right, please. I'm sorry for interrupting. Please continue.
Cammy, with her knowledge of ancient musical notations, managed to decipher the sequence. The solution was a somber ballad about a particularly lovesick gnome. The final note, you know what? Have Esmeralda with the bagpipes. See if you can arrange that.
Esmeralda has bagpipes. Lol. That's what I'm writing down for notes.
Okay. The final note echoed through the chamber, and the magical seals disappeared. They were finally at the heart of the temple, a journey fraught with near misses and a healthy dose of laughter. The final chamber, guarded by the stone dragon, loomed before them.
I'm so pumped. Oh, fuck. Yeah, now I get more description.
As they were preparing to face the stone dragon, a booming voice echoed through the chamber.
Did Hulk Hogan decide to come back?
Actually, no. It looks like it's the it's the dragon.
What? Oh, okay.
Oh wait.
No, it's not. Okay, I read ahead
what?
and I'm confused.
There's a new character.
There's 2 actually new characters. Please continue.
All right.
What?
Okay. A booming voice echoed through the chamber. Well. It boomed.
Thank you for that. That's perfect.
Yes.
Look what the cat dragged in. A bunch of amateur treasure hunters trespassing on my dig site.
From the shadows emerged a pair of rival archaeologists. Professor Quentin Quimble, all right, and his perpetually exasperated assistant Barnaby.
All right, we gotta talk about the fact that this AI likes Barnaby.
It keeps bringing up this name. Professor Quibble a portly man with a walrus mustache and an even more impressive ego, adjusted his tweed jacket with a flourish.
Okay, hold on.
Back to tweed. Back to tweed.
Hold on. Hold on a second. I'm gonna copy and paste this. Okay.
Fair enough.
All right.
You might want to copy and paste the entire document just so you have it.
I might do that.
Just so this doesn't happen again.
Yeah. Actually, I do like the idea of me just having to go based off of my notes and make.
I mean, that's fair.
It is fun. So please continue.
Okay.
Oh, I know we got distracted by Tweed. We saw Tweed.
Yes.
And we had our Winter Soldier moment where we were just like, oh, Tweed.
Yes.
Sorry.
We're deep in the tweets with this one. Nice one, Jester.
That was perfect. I was in the middle of drinking, or else I would have applauded you.
All right. Yes. Barnaby, on the other hand, looked like he'd rather be anywhere else.
He's the audience.
Yes. Barnaby's. Hold on. Hold on. This is very important. This is very, very, very important. There, Team Barnaby.
Very important. Okay.
Yes. I think I misspelled it. Whatever.
I think there's a couple of extra things happening in there, but you've got the spirit, and it's fine. Also, Arwen, get your butt back here. Damn it.
Seriously.
Woman, I swear to God.
I mean, she's on a side quest.
She is super side questing.
Yeah. This is like the mandatory side quest to get like special armor side quest.
Well, no, it was optional, but like in reality, if you want to get the secret ending, you have to do it.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Barnaby, on the other hand, looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. His face etched with a mixture of weariness and impending doom.
Definitely the audience.
Yeah. Professor Quibble, Justin exclaimed, recognizing the name from his numerous and often inaccurate academic papers.
All right, Story. Don't call my man Justin out like that. That's rude. You're just being rude to him now. Now you're just like, I'm sorry. Well, y'all would not have gotten this far without Justin. Okay, so how inaccurate could they be? I'm just saying.
Oh wait, no, it's claiming that Professor Quimble's papers were often inaccurate.
Right. Sorry, I'm Team Justin, so I had to jump to the defense. Okay.
That's fair. That is fair.
My sparkly pixie friend. Okay, I had to. By the way, we definitely forgot that he's a pixie, which makes the thumbnail even funnier. So that's funny. It's fine.
Professor Quibble, Justin exclaimed, recognizing the name from numerous and often inaccurate academic papers. I didn't expect to see you here.
Unexpected.
Quibble chuckled, a sound like gravel rolling downhill.
My dear Justin, my presence here is anything but unexpected. I, Professor Quentin Quibble, am the foremost expert on ancient cometary energies.
I was in a different tab. I should have been keeping up with that. It is cometary energy.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
A fact you conveniently overlook in your pathetic attempts at scholarship.
Barnaby sighed. Oh God, what voice do I give to Barnaby?
Hold on. Okay. So he is the audience. So I want you to. What would the audience's voice unanimously be?
Good question.
a little scared, okay, intrigued, but kind of wants to die. All right.
Well, ooh, I have an idea. All right. All right. Barnaby sighed dramatically, rubbing his temples. He's been saying that a lot lately.
Yeah, that's all right.
I was trying to do Alan Rickman.
That's close. You got closer than how they casted Snape for the new series. So I mean, probably.
That's true.
Oh my god. That was made he put that out there before you did the voice.
Okay.
You know what? Close.
Yeah. Okay.
Close. No, I wouldn't say posh, but you know what? It's Alec Rickman. He's posh. He's Alan Rickman. All right. He's fancy.
God, he was taken too soon. I miss him.
Yeah, but also I don't know if I want him in anything modern. You're kind
Fair.
of like, go away so you don't get. Although that won't stop you. Him being dead won't stop them.
No.
So I guess that doesn't matter.
As we've seen with Peter Cushing and Princess Leia. Nope, doesn't
fucking matter. You can be alive, and you can be alive, and they'll just desecrate your corpse.
Yep.
No, and I know this sounds funny, but I want y'all to think about Luke Skywalker and Boba Fett. I want you to think about it.
Do we have to?
No, you don't. But please continue on with the most.
They could have just cast Sebastian Shaw. He looks enough like
literally.
He looks enough like a young Mark Hamill. They could just cast him and not have to do CGI with every single shot.
I remember like 10 years ago, or when it was a few years after Winter Soldier happened. I can't remember exactly when that was.
Mm-hmm.
People discovered how much he looks like Mark Hamill when he was young, and it blew people's minds. And so the obvious conclusion was, if you wanted to do young Luke, as in like New Hope Luke flashbacks anytime around that area, or even post Return of the Jedi, kind of anywhere in that time, you would have him, because obviously you would. And they never did, so I don't know why we did that instead.
It's the same thing with Ewan McGregor. He looked like a younger Alec Guinness, so it worked as Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
but I mean, so like, Star Wars has done it before. You've had other actors play the same characters.
Yeah. The only problem that they ran into is that they gave themselves 30 years for him to look like that. And I mean, I feel like rough desert. It's rough to live out in the desert.
He's living a rough life.
Yeah.
But goes on a magical quest with Princess Leia as a child, because why not? I know.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. Anyway.
Moving on.
Earl, never one to back down from a challenge, stepped forward.
With all due respect, Professor, we were here first.
You literally weren't, though.
Literally were not.
he was there when you guys entered the chamber.
Stepped out of the chamber that you just entered into.
You literally weren't.
God, it's like that scene from Obi-Wan where Darth Vader walks up to Obi-Wan and says, "You came here to die," to Obi-Wan, but he's like, "No, you can't. You approached him. What do you?"
Yeah.
Vader, no. You have come here. You have come to me. It's like, no. You walked. Yeah. Oh, you dummy. You big dumb. Anyway.
First,
Quibble scoffed, stroking his mustache.
Nonsense. My team has been painstaking.
He has a whole team, apparently. It's not just Barnaby. All right.
Barnaby is the team.
That's why he's tired.
Yes.
He just wants to be out of there. He just
Yes.
wants to be anywhere else.
My team, mostly Barnaby, has been painstakingly excavating this temple for months, meticulously documenting every ... every important detail. You, on the other hand, seem to have stumbled upon it by pure luck.
Oh yeah, I'm Camiana. Okay.
Yeah, because we don't have Arwen.
Pure luck or divine intervention.
I was gonna say she's Southern.
Pure luck or divine intervention.
Cammy chimed in, her eyes sparkling with amusement. This prompted a heated debate on the merits of luck versus divine intervention. What? Okay. A discussion that quickly devolved into a shouting match filled with academic insults and increasingly outlandish claims. Oh my god, it's the internet.
Uh-huh.
The only thing missing is the Nazi word. But otherwise it's just an internet argument.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. Barnaby attempted to intervene several times, but his pleas were drowned out by the professor's booming voice and Justin's increasingly frustrated attempts to cite relevant historical texts.
Poor Justin.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? I am Team Barnaby.
I'm just saying, like, I love Justin though. He's actually like trying to be pragmatic, but Barnaby is I will say Barnaby is oh, he's a normal person stuck in this nonsense.
Yeah. The argument escalated into a full-blown chaotic chase scene. What? Professor Quimble, surprisingly nimble for a man his size, pursued them through the temple, his tweed jacket flapping wildly behind him. Barnaby trailed behind, desperately trying to keep up and muttering about the impending paperwork involved in the inevitable temple damage.
I'm starting to think Professor Quimble is just the other professor that we had. That I totally forgot the name for.
Bumblebrook.
Bumblebrook. Yeah. Doesn't he kind of...
This is Hollywood, Professor Quimble.
Oh my god.
He's part of the NWO, brother.
Oh my god.
If you give him an NWO shirt, that'd be amazing.
Hogan version. Give him an NWO shirt. Josh request. Okay, there we go.
So should I keep the nasally whiny voice or should I give him the Hulk Hogan voice?
No, the nasally whiny voice is Hulk Hogan without the steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The nasally whiny voice is his current interviews where he's still trying to be relevant.
Yeah, or you're just like, okay, buddy.
400 dates a year, really? That's what you're claiming you did?
Nah.
Okay. The chase led them through a series of increasingly ridiculous traps. Professor Quibble, in his haste, triggered a shower of sentient tickling feathers again, leading to a series of high-pitched yelps and frantic flailing. Barnaby, meanwhile, narrowly avoided being flattened by a rogue rubber chicken.
Hold on. There was a stone dragon in that chamber, just so we're all clear. Okay.
There was. Yeah. There was. And in the summary, they had a whole battle with it.
Yeah, I still want to keep it.
I'm okay with this.
Okay, because I mean, he's cool.
Yeah. Stone dragons are cool.
Yeah.
Earl, utilizing his blacksmithing skills, fashioned a makeshift grappling hook from a broken lever and a particularly sturdy vine, swinging across a chasm just as Professor Quimble tripped over a loose floor tile and landed head first into a pile of singing ferrets. All right.
Like you do.
Yeah. The ferrets, still slightly glittery from Esmeralda's earlier intervention, seemed momentarily mesmerized by the professor's walrus mustache, only to resume their hypnotic singing as soon as it was disturbed.
I'm gonna be real. I have no idea what I'm gonna put in this thumbnail.
Yeah, good luck, future you.
There's so much nonsense that I have to cut out. Like, I know there's an island, and I know there's gonna, I just,
Mhm.
you know what? I think I'm just gonna focus on the overall aspect of the island. Okay.
Yeah.
With the temple, I think I'm just gonna focus on that because that's enough.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Cammy, using her knowledge of the temple's layout that she somehow has, expertly guided them through a series of hidden passages, leading them to a dead end, or so it seemed. With a flourish, she revealed a hidden lever that opened a secret passage leading to the temple's highest point, an overlooking vantage point of the entire area. All right.
I have to find the hidden lever just so that I can find the staircase to the balcony. It's rude.
Yeah. From this vantage point, they witnessed the true extent of Professor Quibble's meticulous excavation.
Okay, I actually believe this. This whole next paragraph I feel like is 1000% true and just confirms that Barnaby's the only person that's working.
Yes. His so-called excavation site was a chaotic mess of half-dug holes, overturned stones, and what appeared to be a rather impressive collection of discarded teacups. Barnaby, meanwhile, was attempting to herd a flock of surprisingly aggressive squirrels away from a particularly delicate-looking vase, whatever.
Same thing.
Yeah. The view also revealed the true nature of the stone dragon guarding the final chamber. It wasn't a fearsome beast, but a rather pathetic-looking creature, smaller than Earl's anvil.
Okay.
And covered in moss.
All right. Nope. He's going to be an epic creation. You have retconned him. Okay.
Okay. Its fiery breath turned out to be a simple mechanism involving a miniature bellows and a canister of pungent pepper spray, a particularly pungent pepper spray.
No. He's going to be awesome. Okay, I refuse. Not my dragon. Okay.
Hashtag not my dragon. Having thoroughly outmaneuvered their rivals and discovered the dragon's true nature, they descended back to the temple's depths, ready to finally confront the true challenge. Retrieving the comet's power, whatever form it might take.
What? Okay, sure. You know what?
All right.
Sure. That's actually what
I thought it was a glowing orb, but okay.
That could be the power, quite frankly.
Yeah, who knows? They passed Professor Quibble, still entangled in singing ferrets, and a thoroughly exasperated Barnaby patiently attempting to explain the concept of archaeological preservation to a particularly stubborn squirrel.
Sure.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Fair enough, I suppose. As they approach the final chamber, a sense of anticipation. Is this going to go over this again? I'm just wondering.
Okay. No, we're fine.
All right. Okay.
No, we're fine. This is fine.
Yeah. As they approached the final chamber, a sense of anticipation and a healthy dose of nervous laughter filled the air. They had faced singing ferrets, miniature catapults, and the wrath of Professor Quentin Quimble, and somehow they survived. The stone dragon seemed to pose no serious threat, but it was clear whatever was inside, however, it was likely to be a challenge far more significant, and certainly far more interesting. I would hope so.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. The path to the comet's power, it seemed, was paved with more than just ancient runes and booby traps. It was paved in a particular brand of humor, and they were just getting started. The climax of their adventure loomed close, shrouded in mystery and the potential for even more comical mayhem. Their journey, however, had given them enough laughs and near escapes to fill a dozen adventure stories. Did it? Did it?
No.
Yeah. And they hadn't even reached the treasure yet.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I needed water.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. As they grew heavy with expectation, they were on the brink of a discovery that could change the world, or at least make for a very entertaining pub story. All right.
Yeah, no, sure.
They exchanged a look that combined determination, anticipation, and a shared understanding for the sheer absurdity of their situation. We have shared understandings again.
Good.
I feel better. I feel better now.
I still don't have a strong
Did it
bond.
strengthen? I was just about to make that joke. Did it strengthen their bond, though?
Yeah.
They were ready. They were ready for anything, except perhaps another encounter with Professor Quibble and his particularly aggressive squirrels. The final chamber loomed before them, its entrance shrouded in an unnatural twilight. The air hummed with a low, resonant thrum, a vibration that tickled their teeth and sent a shiver down their spine.
What?
I don't think of my teeth as tickly, but all right.
Sure.
As they stepped across the threshold, the first thing they noticed wasn't the expected treasure, but the sheer quantity of talking mugs. Grumbles?
Wait.
Was he is Grumbles there? I have to know.
Oh.
Dozens of them lined up on shelves, perched precariously on crumbling pedestals, and even nestled amongst the rubble on the floor. God, I need another voice.
It's flamboyant.
Well, hello there, my lovelies. Ooh, yeah. Macho Man Randy Savage. Bro.
I know. I that was great.
And it's completely indistinguishable from my Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. No, I figured what you were doing. It's just
no one was more flamboyant than Randy. He was his look was amazing.
I was like, have you seen his outfits? Like the only other person
Mm-hmm.
might be Ric Flair. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, because like Randy had all these different outfits. He had a look, but he had different outfits that all had that look.
The only one that could give him any competition was Randy.
Yeah. Yeah. But because Becky and I have been like rewatching Monday Nitro, and every time he comes out, he's just so flamboyant. He was wonderful. It's like, you know what? That's what a professional wrestler should look like.
True.
All right. Well, hello there, my lovelies, chirped a particularly flamboyant mug, its handle shaped like a miniature dragon. Fancy meeting you here. I've been waiting for centuries for some decent company, you know. Though I must say, that squirrel on your shoulder is a bit ... much, you know.
When did we get a squirrel? What?
It eyed Earl's pet squirrel Pip.
What? Okay, I guess. Hold on. Now I gotta add that in. All right. Earl has a pet squirrel. A question mark. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. All right. It eyed Earl's pet squirrel Pip with a mixture of suspicion and mild horror. Pip, in response, chatted aggressively and tried to steal the mug's decorative dragon handle. Pip, you asshole.
All right, so we gotta kill Pip.
Yeah. Okay.
I won't take
Another
this
mug.
back.
Another mug. This one claimed chipped earthenware piece grumbled. Oh God.
You know
I
what?
don't.
They all have the same voice.
You know, I'm okay with that. All right. Another mug. This one, a plain chipped earthenware piece, grumbled, honestly, the noise! Can a mug get a moment's peace in this blasted place? Yeah. I've heard some more civilized conversation amongst a pack of rabid badgers. Yeah. Oh, hush, Bartholomew! I thought Bartholomew was the name of the giant.
He was.
But he
I just assumed he was talking to Bartholomew. Okay.
Oh, hush, Bartholomew, said a regal-looking porcelain mug with a gold trim. They're adventurers. It's their job to make a ruckus. And it then turned to the group with a slightly condescending air. I trust you're not here to steal the comet's essence, are you? I've been here long enough to see several attempts end badly. Yeah, even worse than that time, the Goblin King tried to use me as a pipe.
I'm sorry. Pardon?
What? My brain's melting.
What?
All right.
Sure. We got 7 more pages to go.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Rambam. Oh, yeah. There we go.
Thank you. It has to be accurate, man. You know?
Yeah. Snap into a Slim Jim. The mug's chatter provided a running commentary on their progress, offering snippets of information and the occasional unhelpful suggestion. Oh my God, it's like the tutorial of a boss map.
No.
So I know it's not helpful. Okay. One mug, adorned with a rather unsettling depiction of a cyclops drinking tea, warned them about a pressure plate hidden beneath a particularly convincing-looking pile of dust. Another, sporting a fetching floral pattern, suggested the best route through a maze of narrow corridors. Turn left at the singing toadstool, darlings. It's the only way to avoid a grumpy gargoyle. That's in quotes, but I thought they were reading off of... Oh, wait, no, that was... Okay, this is all the mugs talking. Okay.
Sure. I'm confused at this point.
Turn left at the singing toadstool, darlings. Yeah, it's the only way to avoid the grumpy gargoyle. Does that make it more... Does that clear it up for you?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Just making sure. Their journey was further complicated and occasionally aided by the other magical artifacts scattered throughout the chamber. A self-stirring cauldron bubbled merrily in one corner, its contents shifting and changing colors with alarming regularity. A suit of armor, seemingly crafted from polished obsidian, occasionally let out a series of groans and creaks that sounded suspiciously like complaints about the lack of a decent polishing cloth.
What?
One particularly intriguing item was a golden compass, not pointing north, but towards the strongest concentration of magical energy. It spun wildly as they moved, indicating the shifting currents of the comet's power. Following the compass led them... but it's spinning, so how do you follow it?
I don't know.
Following the compass, which was spinning wildly as they moved, led them to a hidden alcove concealed behind a tapestry depicting a rather unflattering portrait of Professor Quimble riding a unicorn backwards.
What?
Why is there a tapestry of Professor Quimble? Whatever. The tapestry, oddly enough, spoke in hushed tones about the location of the comet's power.
Sure.
All right. Inside the alcove, they discovered a pedestal, upon which rested a small, unassuming stone. It pulsed with a gentle inner light, the source of the humming energy that filled the chamber. As they reached out to touch it, the talking mugs erupted in a chorus of excited chatter, their voices blending together. Oh, good. So it's all one voice.
I'm glad that you
their voices blending together in a strangely harmonious symphony. "The comet's tear!" exclaimed the dragon-handled mug, its voice ringing with awe. "Legend has it, it holds the power of 1,000 suns. Oh, yeah." But as Justin reached for the stone, the floor beneath them shifted. A section of this floor, previously camouflaged with clever illusion magic, vanished beneath their feet, plunging them into darkness. What?
Sure.
Okay. They tumbled down a surprisingly comfortable chute, landing softly onto a pile of surprisingly soft, magically enchanted pillows. Oh, okay. It's a good thing they were magically enchanted pillows. Otherwise, I know they wouldn't have survived. They would have just been pillows.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. The chute deposited them into a vast subterranean cavern, illuminated by a bioluminescent fungi. It loves glowing fungus, doesn't it?
It does, man.
Yeah. That casts an ethereal glow upon the scene. In the center of the cavern, floating amidst the shimmering mists, was a colossal crystal, pulsing with a brilliant celestial light. This was clearly the source of the comet's energy.
Clearly.
I thought there was the stone that holds the power of 1,000 suns that
No.
Justin was going for just above you.
No.
All right. As they approached the what?
What? Okay. Okay. Hold on. All right. Oh.
Okay. As they approached the crystal, they found it was guarded not by fearsome beasts, but an enormous, fluffy cloud creature with a penchant for riddles. The creature, apparently made entirely of cotton candy, introduced itself as Nimbus. All right. All right.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Yes, Rambam. At this point, why not?
Oh yeah. I mean, 1000%.
Okay. All right.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Greetings, mortals! Nimbus boomed, its voice surprisingly deep for a being made of spun sugar. I don't care. I'm just keeping Kermit's voice.
I agree.
To claim the comet's power, you must answer my riddle. What has an eye but cannot see, a mouth but cannot speak, and a bed but never sleeps?
Trying to answer the riddle.
Your mama. There you go. That's my
Oh.
answer. Yeah.
Okay.
No, for real though. You know what? I don't even know if this is a solvable riddle. Okay. It's AI. I have no idea.
Fair. The team exchanged glances. This felt less like a terrifying guardian and more like an oddly whimsical game show host. After a moment of tense deliberation, Earl, ever the practical one, blurted out,
Hold on.
Earl.
I know. I gotta be a needle.
Nimbus.
It's very important.
Yes. Nimbus let out a delighted squeak, its fluffy form wobbling slightly.
Correct! You have proven yourselves worthy. The power is yours!
Okay. I understand the eye, but I've never heard the phrase mouth of a needle.
Yeah, see, I thought it was a needle at first, but none of the other shit made sense, okay? Like, I just assumed because it said the eye, but never said... I just assumed it was a needle, but
Yeah.
none of it makes sense.
And Rambam actually kind of, yeah, a needle and a river. That also makes sense because
Yeah.
the river has a mouth and it has a bed.
So, oh my god, it combined two riddles.
I think that's what happened. I think it took two well-known riddles, combined them, but then forgot the second answer.
It would never do that.
No, not AI. All right.
The power is yours!
Like Captain Planet.
Oh, yeah.
With a flourish, Nimbus dissolved into a shower of sparkly sugar, leaving the colossal crystal exposed. Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah. The crystal pulsed with energy, its light bathing them in warmth. As they reached out to touch it, the feeling was less like a searing blast of power and more like a gentle hug. It wasn't a weapon, nor a source of destructive energy, except when it's used by the evil pixies, which is what you established in the last chapter.
Yeah.
Instead, it felt ... peaceful. It was the embodiment of pure, untainted magic, waiting to be harnessed for good. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fine.
As they absorbed the energy, they felt themselves changing.
Oh, God. I'm going to have to get different character descriptions now, aren't I?
Not physically,
Oh,
but
thank God.
but eternally. They felt stronger, more connected, and more determined than ever. So, in other words, their bond strengthened.
They got a vague power up by the DM.
they got a level up. That's all that happened. They completed the quest, so they got a level. So they leveled up. The experience was less of a power surge and more of a profound spiritual awakening. Oh, it's a class change. That's what happened.
Okay, all right.
Leaving them feeling refreshed and ready to face whatever challenges awaited them.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Emerging from the cavern, they found themselves back in the main chamber. The talking mugs cheering their triumph. Oh, yeah! The obsidian armor polishing itself contentedly, and the self-stirring cauldron brewing a celebratory tea. Because why not?
Yeah.
The comet's power was now within them, not as a weapon, but as a force for good. You literally just said that. They had faced talking mugs, riddles, and a sentient cotton candy cloud, and somehow they'd not only survived, but triumphed. I mean, when you phrase it that way, it doesn't really sound that challenging.
True.
Also, the riddles came from the sentient cotton candy clouds. That's the same thing.
Also true.
It's like you're just one-ing it up. Their adventure was far from over, but for now, they had found what they sought, and in the most unexpectedly whimsical way possible. The next challenge, of course, would be getting out of the booby-trapped temple before Professor Quibble and his increasingly unruly squirrels made their presence known once more. Well, if it's like any temple in a video game, once you find like the antique item, there's like a quick passage that you could have easily just entered from in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, now you're back outside. It's like, all right. I wish I could have just entered from here.
True. God. Hey, here's this. Hey, you had to go through all this bullshit, but here's this side door that's conveniently right to the left of you. Oh, thank you.
But that one door had a lock, so you had to. You could only access. It was the only way. Yeah. The thought filled. The thought, filled with the promise of more chaotic adventures, brought a smile to their faces. Why? The journey, they realized, was as much about the journey itself as the destination, and their journey was nothing short of extraordinary. Sure. Okay. The ground beneath them continued its alarming descent. The comforting pile of magically enchanted pillows, doing little to lessen the impact of their sudden plummet, they landed with a collective oof. The scent of lavender.
I like that you automatically did like the Minecraft oof. Thank you for that.
Yes.
I like that. That was great.
They landed with the collective oof. That oof sound effect is just glorious.
It is great.
The scent of lavender and cinnamon filling their nostrils. Huh? A surprisingly pleasant aroma considering their precarious situation. Dust motes danced in the beams of light filtering down from unseen crevices.
Yeah.
Okay. Illuminating a cavern of breathtaking beauty. Bioluminescent fungi in hues of sapphire and emerald clung to the cavern walls, casting an ethereal glow upon the towering stalactites and glistening pools of water that seemed to shimmer with an inner light.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, that's just normal, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was ... unexpected.
Cammy commented, brushing dust off her already dusty tunic. Earl, ever the pragmatist. Earl is just a pragmatist now. I thought
Justin was
I thought Justin was, yeah.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
stole Justin's whole vibe, man.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Earl, ever the pragmatist, was already examining their surroundings.
The air is surprisingly breathable,
He noted.
and the temperature is pleasant. I'd say this is the work of some pretty advanced magic.
He's a baker. He knows magic, okay?
Of course.
I mean, then again, he did watch Arwen destroy half a town once.
Yeah, he
With
didn't
her-
really. I mean, he kind of did something, but not.
I mean, he enchanted a horseshoe, she controlled water, and destroyed half the village.
It was great.
Yeah. Pip, which there's suddenly just the squirrel sidekick.
Yeah, Grumbles has been replaced, and I do not appreciate that.
Yeah. Pip, seemingly unfazed by their sudden drop, scampered off, his tiny claws clicking against the smooth, damp stone floor. He's going, I'm done with all this.
Yeah, we don't even know who you are. Okay, so like,
He soon returned, clutching a glistening purple mushroom in his tiny paws, which he offered to Cammy with a proud chirp. Cammy, a lover of all things unusual and potentially edible, accepted the offering with a grateful smile.
what? No. Anything that glows this brightly must be packed with nutrients, I say as I eat this radioactive nuclear waste.
Just what? Well, it looks pretty, so therefore it must not be poisonous.
It must be fine. It's glowing.
I wish Arwen was here to read that.
I know. She hasn't even read the link text. Oh, I'm sad. I don't think she's
Yeah.
gonna make it because
I
we
don't
have like
think so.
4 pages left.
I know. Sad.
Half our crew is gone.
She declared, popping the mushroom in her mouth. Her eyes widened. She's been poisoned.
Wow, that's ... surprisingly delicious. Tastes like blueberry cheesecake and death.
No. We still have a ways to go before we can prove if Cammy is dumber than Book Arwen.
So Cammy was not dumb at all in the last chapter.
No.
I don't know what happened. I think Cammy has been taken over by Book Arwen.
Oh no. As they ventured deeper into the cavern, they noticed the air growing warmer, the bioluminescent fungi intensifying their glow.
The bioluminescent fungi intensifies. There's something really funny about that.
Ahead, they saw it. The colossal crystal. A breathtaking spectacle of light and energy. We know. They already took the energy, but apparently they didn't now. A breathtaking spectacle of light and energy, suspended in the air like a crystal jewel. Because crystal jewels are known for floating in air. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Of
why
course.
not?
It pulsed with a radiant light, casting swirling patterns across the cavern walls. The air thrummed with power. A tangible energy hummed beneath their feet. But guarding the celestial wonder wasn't some fearsome dragon or ancient golem, but a gargantuan cloud creature, fluffy and impossibly white.
God! Nimbus, go away!
Resembling a giant cotton candy confection come to life. It floated lazily in the air, its form shifting and undulating like a gentle breeze. "Greetings, mortals!" the cloud creature boomed, its voice surprisingly deep baritone that resonated through the cavern. Nope, sorry, Kermit.
It's fine.
"I am Nimbus, guardian of the comet's essence. To claim the power, you must prove your worthiness, even though you already did this." Nimbus paused, a fluffy white appendage drifting thoughtfully. "I shall test you with a riddle.
I know it's a needle.
Listen carefully."
The cloud creature's voice deepened, taking on an almost theatrical quality.
Uh-huh.
"I have a heart but cannot feel, a body but cannot move, and a voice but cannot speak. What am I?"
A needle.
Earl and Cammy exchanged glances. This wasn't the terrifying ordeal they had anticipated. Why? They already had a practice run at this.
Yeah.
It felt like a whimsical game show hosted by a sentient marshmallow. After a moment of contemplation, Cammy, ever the quick-witted one, responded,
A book. That's what I have to say about that.
I don't see how.
I don't either. I have no fucking. I don't.
I'll grant you a body, because I mean technically the text is the body of the book. But I don't get the heart and I don't get the voice.
I have no idea.
I don't get how any of this comes. I don't see how you get book out of this riddle.
No.
I mean, at least it wasn't the Sphinx riddle. You know, what crawls on four legs, walks with two legs, and then walks with three legs.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Nimbus let out a delightful squeak, its form wobbling slightly.
"Correct! You have shown ingenuity and cleverness, because you got something that's impossible to figure out."
You got an answer that had no answer. You got the answer right.
Yeah.
"Qualities rarely found in those who seek power for selfish gain. The comet's essence is yours. Yay!"
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. With a flourish, Nimbus dissolved into a shower of sprinkling sugar, leaving behind only the magnificent crystal. As they approached it, they felt a surge of warmth, an energy that was both powerful and strangely peaceful. It wasn't a weapon, nor was it a source of destructive energy, but a source of pure, untainted magic waiting to be harnessed. They reached out, their fingers brushing against the cool, smooth surface of the crystal. A wave of energy washed over them, a feeling not of overwhelming power, but of profound connection. It strengthened their bond.
Yes.
They felt stronger, more attuned to the magic around them, and more determined than ever before. The experience was less of a power surge and more of a profound spiritual awakening. They felt a sense of calm and clarity wash over them. The raw power of the comet's essence flowed through them, strengthening their resolve and filling them with a newfound sense of purpose. The crystal hummed with energy, a light bathing them in warmth, in a warm, comforting glow. With the comet's essence now a part of them, they felt a newfound harmony, a sense of balance and understanding. They were no longer just adventurers, but guardians of this powerful magic, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. They knew the journey had just begun. Their escape from the collapsing temple. What?
What? The temple's now collapsing.
Okay. So now it is like a video game temple where it's like, oh crap, now I got to escape and avoid the passages that are collapsing.
Da, 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 da.
I mean, at least I can see the Indiana Jones influence on this in this chapter.
Yeah.
All right. Their escape from the collapsing temple was as dramatic as their entrance. Oh, you mean the long thought out process of how to pass all the booby traps? As they turned to leave, they heard a terrifying roar echo through the cavern. The ground trembled violently. They raced back towards the exit, avoiding falling rocks and crumbling passages. They could hear the sound of rushing water, an ominous gurgle of a subterranean river now unleashed. Cammy, using her acrobatic skills, leaped across the chasm, her movements fluid and graceful, while Earl used his knowledge of ancient architecture to navigate the treacherous passages. What about the others?
Have we lost everybody finally? I was wondering when that was gonna happen.
No mention of Justin or Esmeralda or Bartholomew.
I'm very sad. I need Justin back because he's my favorite character.
Their bond strengthened as they yes!
Yeah!
Woo! This is now the greatest chapter ever written. I feel complete now.
I'm so happy.
It's a shame Arwen wasn't here to see.
And Arlena, neither one
I
of them were
know.
here.
I know.
Aw.
Earl had his bond strengthened with Cammy. Isn't that magical?
Yeah.
It's whimsical.
It's so whimsical.
Their bond strengthened as they worked together, their complementary skills proving invaluable in their desperate race against time. See you later, Justin!
I actually want to scroll forward to see if Justin's back because I really, really like Justin. I like his character design I gave him, and I was looking forward to keeping him around. Oh, I'm sad. I think we lost everybody else.
Possibly.
Gosh, I'm sad.
All right.
I like that I said I'm sad, and you were just like, Anyway. My feelings, Josh.
They reached a narrow passage, the only apparent escape route, just as a massive section of the cavern ceiling collapsed behind them, blocking their way back. Kind of like when Indy escaped the tunnel at the beginning of Raiders. You know, it only was a giant rolling rock.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
It's kind of like that, yeah. It's kind of like that, only if it was interpreted by a very stupid AI.
Yes.
The passage was dark and claustrophobic, leading them through a maze of twisting tunnels. The air was thick with dust and the smell of damp earth. They pushed forward, the sound of collapsing rock echoing behind them, a constant reminder of the danger they faced. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, tell me about it, they emerged from the tunnels,
Thank
blinking
God.
in the sudden sunlight. They were outside the temple, the crumbling structure groaning under the strain of its internal collapse. They were safe, but the temple, once a place of mystery and ancient secrets, was now reduced to ruins and crushed singing ferrets and mugs.
It apparently destroyed like 5 members of our party. Okay. We had 7. There's only 2 left.
Apparently. Once a magnificent structure, now stood as a testament to the power of the comet's energy, a power they now carried within themselves, but apparently they didn't use to save any of their friends.
No. More power for me, right?
Yeah. As they looked back at the collapsing temple, they saw Professor Quibble. Oh, I'm so glad he survived. Surrounded by a swarm of his increasingly unruly squirrels, looking utterly bewildered by the destruction. A mischievous smile spread across Earl's face. Their adventure had just begun. The escape, thrilling and perilous, had cemented their bond. They had faced... Yes, I feel better. They had faced death, destruction, and riddles posed by sentient cotton candy clouds, emerged stronger, closer, and ready for what lay ahead. The next chapter undoubtedly would be as exciting and unpredictable as this one. Oh, God, no.
I hope not.
The journey had been filled with unexpected twists, a testament to the whimsical nature of their adventure, and a promise of more chaos, magic, and perhaps a touch of romance.
I thought it was going to say whimsy. I'm sad.
In the adventures to come, they were alive, they were together, and they had the power of a comet within them. What could possibly go wrong? The thought filled their delicious promise of further adventures, brought a smile to both their faces. The end.
I can't believe we lost like 85% of the party. Okay, I gotta know. I don't see anybody. There is nobody else's name.
I'm seeing tons of other names, but I'm not seeing anyone else.
I'm very sad. Holy shit, they're gone. All the party have fucking been Thanos snapped out of existence.
I'm not seeing. I'm just I'm not reading. I'm just scrolling. I am not seeing any of the other characters. I'm seeing other characters, but I'm not seeing any of these characters.
Yeah. Okay. Good thing I have a good description of what Cammy looks like, considering she's the only one that's staying with
us. Justin is still around.
Oh, thank fuck! Oh, good. The only one I cared about.
I saw his name in chapter 3.
Okay, all right, good.
It's at the end of chapter 3, but he's still around.
He lived. Okay, we're fine. All right.
and I just saw his name in chapter 4.
Okay, we can. It's fine now.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I'm
Eris
happy.
feels better.
Eris does feel better because her favorite character managed to survive. Arwen
Well,
is not
I
here
know.
still.
I know.
Girl, your side quest started at 11:43, just so we're all clear. Okay. It's been 3 hours.
2.5.
11:43.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to. Do you want me to reveal the thumbnail? I actually worked super hard on this. Do you want me to reveal?
I would like to see it.
Do you want to see it? Are you ready?
I do. All right.
All right, because now you have to soothe my ego with the power of 2 times what you say. Okay.
Okay.
Because you're making up for So here we go.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Gonna full screen this bitch.
You're welcome. This is our group, guys.
So I take it we have. My God.
You're welcome. This took me 3 hours. The characters took me 3 hours. Everything else took me like this morning. So it was like another, I think, 2.5. So.
All right. So, wow.
Yeah.
So, we got Justin.
Justin's my favorite. Look at him. You see why he's my favorite now? He's emo, sparkly pixie, Ancient Smith, and I love him.
I was like, did you try to make him Hugo Weaving?
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate it.
I think the description was like, a male pixie who looks like Agent Smith from The Matrix, with a sparkly emerald green suit, emerald green pocket square with a satchel bag over it. I added the wings myself from like that wasn't what the Google gave me, and I had to redo the strap. And I obviously had to give him more eyeshadow because he looks so emo. I had to give him more emo. And I gave him the wings just because he's a pixie, right? And so, I was like, I'll give him wings. And so when I'm reading this chapter, I'm imagining this character with wings struggling to get past the intricate pressure plates. And I'm just like, guys, he has wings.
And then, of course, Earl.
Of course, shirtless, muscled, with a baker's hat and a blacksmith
apron. Yeah.
Okay.
Who does? I assume that's Cammy.
Okay, so the character you have no idea who it is Cammy, because I was literally given. She is a detective. Moving on. That's it. That's all I got. So I typed in. I typed in attractive woman detective, and this was one of the ones that it gave me. So
I'm trying to figure out who she looks like.
It's funny because I think she looks like Kim Kardashian a little bit.
A little.
Yeah,
a little.
she kind of has that Kim Kardashian look. But I have no idea. So
And then I assume that's Esmeralda with the red hair and the box. Yeah.
I was given. This is the description I was given for.
Those are very short shorts.
This is it. Fiery red hair, sassy, wooden box strapped to her hip. That's all I have. All right? I have nothing else. So you try plugging that in and getting decent looking humans out of that, okay, from AI. So, because you have to have the box strapped to I said strapped to her hip. And the amount of times that box was nowhere even remotely close to the hip It was on her head. It was attached to, she was holding it in front of her. Okay. At one point, there was one where the box was around her waist. Like literally, she was inside the box. All right. I got tired of it. So when I finally got one around the hip, and she didn't look like a creature, like a skinwalker, okay, and her eyes were going in different like she had two different eyeballs, and like her body proportions looked somewhat decently, and I also made her Laura Croft because she gave me, I don't know, I was like, I'll give her a little bit more Laura Croft vibes. So that's what I got. That was the first one that looked somewhat decent, and I just ran with it. Like, all right, we're moving on. This is as close as I think I'm gonna get. Agnes was a huge pain. She took the longest.
Really?
Yeah. Because the amount of I just needed a young-looking blonde woman with pigtails and a ferret, and the amount of just.
Let me guess. You got like images of a ferret with pigtails?
No, like the ferret kept merging with her. Okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
The stupid, like, the glasses were both lenses were never the same shape. Okay. And then like the face was just again skinwalkery. Okay. And I have nothing for the most part for Bartholomew. A gentle giant holding grumbles and a bag filled with teacups. But also tea bags. So that's it. So it gave me tea bags vaguely. That I guess that's what tea bags are looking like in this universe. He just looked really happy to be here. So that's Bartholomew.
And keeping with I mean, since we have Hulk Hogan as well, Bartholomew kind of looks like Mark Henry.
Oh my god.
So keeping with the wrestler theme.
Yeah. Well,
but, oh my god, Hulk Hogan looks hilarious.
I have Hulk Hogan, but with a monocle. That's the entire description. But I thought he was a professor, so he needed a suit.
Yeah.
So I gave him that, and yeah. Isn't that a raccoon? No, actually, that is a ferret. So I will give the AI props. That actually is a ferret.
That is a ferret.
I would not look too close at the ferrets around the cave because they are supposed to have glasses, and I don't know what the AI thought glasses meant, but it wasn't glasses. So the eyes are kind of horrifying to look at. So there's vague ferret shapes around the cave. Okay,
and of course the pink hot air balloon. I appreciate. Yeah,
with the ferrets. They put ferrets in the teacups, so I was like, that's close enough. I mean, it does say whimsical.
Sure.
Ferrets and teacups, so I guess that's whimsical.
And Earl hanging off of the side of which is how it described him flying over.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't say anyone else was in the basket. It just said he was just hanging off the air balloon as it flew by. I was like, okay, well, I guess we're putting that.
And you have the whimsical cave with all the bioluminescent fungi.
And as it was described, there's a giant field, and then there's just like this cave in the middle of it with this glowing mushrooms. And I was like, okay, I guess that's what we just have this random cave in this giant field,
Mm-hmm. And you have squirrels riding other squirrels, and I assume those are the glitter bombs.
Pixies. So those are supposed to be pixies, but I thought that image was so funny that I said that. Because I put like pixies armed with glitter bombs, riding squirrel, because I was like, oh, they're gonna ride squirrels into battle because that would be funny. And then for some reason it just didn't understand that the pixies were not supposed to look like squirrels, but I thought this image was so funny of them lined up with these glitter bombs. And now that we have the description of the glitter bombs at the size of small dogs, I want you to think about how big those things are. So
okay.
Yeah.
I keep trying to figure out who Cammy looks like.
I thought it was Kim Kardashian. I thought that was kind of the vibe I ended up, and I thought that was funny too. So, I was just like, I'll give him somebody hot, and I was like, not that Kim Kardashian is really, she's like 72% plastic now. But
Pretty
like,
much.
you know, I was like, she looks vaguely detectively, you know, kind of detective-ish, you know, and she's serious, and you know, she's very serious, and just, you know, she's here to do her job, and I don't know.
Yes, Arlene. I was actually just about to say Ava
Oh,
Longoria.
thank you, because I thought Kim Kardashian. I was like, kind of Kim Kardashian-y, but you know,
Yeah, I was
but
actually
yeah,
just about to say Ava Longoria.
yeah, I did not put that into the prompt, just so we're all clear. So yeah.
Agnes looks like someone who spends all her time with ferrets.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So obviously, I finally got a picture that I was like okay with, and I was just like, you know, this is yeah. So yeah, I have to say that Justin is my favorite. If I had to pick one, Justin is by far my favorite on that. It's just he's just really funny.
Yes. Yeah, the fact that it's Hugo Weaving is just wonderful.
I just imagine, because the way they described him, I was just like, that just, like, he's very rigid. He's very, you know, it just gave me Agent Smith vibes. So I had to put him in. Beautiful. So long. Took so long to figure out. And yes, that is the comment. I didn't have room on the ground, so it got put back up in the air. So, yeah.
And I like the lightning bolt hitting the hot air balloon.
Anytime Earl's in the air, he has to get struck by lightning.
That's fair.
So I just, you know, it's our lovely cast of characters.
Mm-hmm. At least the numbers are thinning out for you.
Yeah, I have 2. I mean, I'm sorry, I have 3 now. So, I don't even know who I'm going to keep. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna have to. So, I kind of want, because they're not all gonna look like that, right? But so I don't know
Right.
who I'm gonna keep. I don't know what I'm gonna do because yeah, like obviously it's changed.
And you also needed, because you do need to design a Professor Quimble.
Yeah, he's just gonna be that character, but like with NWO. All right, like.
It looks like Barnaby also might be dead because I'm not seeing him anywhere in the text.
Oh well, there went the audience.
Yeah.
So. And you know what? I'm gonna go and say it. I nailed Esmeralda's character because she is 1000% Lara Croft like in the second chapter. So
Yeah. Even though she might be dead now.
she might have yeah. So I'm surprised.
There's definitely no Agnes ever mentioned in chapter 2, and I think or Professor Brumblebook. Neither of them were even mentioned in this chapter.
Yep.
And I think halfway through, Esmeralda and Bartholomew were just completely forgotten.
Yeah, so the lower half, like the 4 characters at the bottom are gone. I'm sorry, technically 5 because I put Grumbles on Bartholomew's shoulder. So.
And you need Pip, apparently.
I don't know if I need Pip.
Oh, Esmeralda kind of looks like Becky Lynch.
Oh my god, you're so right.
Yeah.
There we go. It does look like a wrestling outfit for the most part, you know.
It does. Kind of a plain wrestling outfit, but yeah.
She's just here she's practicing, okay? It's not her fancy one.
She's a jobber.
She's just here for practice, okay? All right. So.
Yeah. But I'm like, I'm trying to identify names for you so that the AI can be a little more consistent with their look.
You're so okay. I have to write this down. All right, hold on. So, Cammy equals not Tam. Oh my god, Cammy equals Eva Longoria, which you're so right, and thank you so much for that, Arlena. So then Esmeralda equals
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch.
You don't need to worry about Agnes.
I don't need to worry about Agnes. Quibble.
Who's a replacement Hulk Hogan.
Equals Hollywood Hogan. There we go. And just in case,
Hugo Weaving.
Equals Hugo Weaving. I accidentally did like a star-studded cast for this. I did not mean to. I just kind of went with, well, that kind of looks like the character that I have 3 descriptive words of. Like, that's fine.
That could work, yeah.
I guess.
Bartholomew's Mark Henry.
Oh, Bartholomew, he was mentioned like twice. I don't even know if he's I don't know if he's making it in the thumbnail.
Esmeralda was mentioned like 3 times, so if she's gonna be in it.
Oh, that's fair. It's fair. I did see her.
He was at the beginning of the chapter.
Okay, cool. That's fair. Emil, what'd you say his name?
Mark Henry.
Mark Henry. Okay.
Former strongest man in the world.
All right. So I am going to let you just stare at this in all of its glory. I
Absolutely.
have to go to the bathroom really quick. Okay.
Okay.
I will be back.
Okay. That is an epic tea bag. just this massive satchel just filled with tea. And of course, our beloved Grumbles. Let's see. The ferrets by the cave definitely look more like badgers than ferrets. Not sure what's going on with that. Oh, Rambam. Mark Henry is another wrestler. And at one point he won the World's Strongest Man competition. Just freakishly strong. I remember hearing a story about the wrestling cast they were in Europe and they had to try to get to the airport, and they were going down this road, and it was like 3:00 in the morning trying to get to the airport, and they're going down this street. It's just wide enough for the bus, and they had to stop because there was a car that was not parked properly, and it was like sticking out into traffic. And Mark Henry exited the bus and just moved the car out of the way so that the bus could go through. What do you mean no comment, Rambam? I was explaining who Mark Henry is. And yeah, I'm just saying the ferrets by the cave do look more like They look more like they look more like badgers.
I told you, do not look too close to them. I gave you a warning.
Yeah.
All right, you did not obey the warning, so now you get to look at the horror.
Also, I'm just gonna say it. Agnes looks like she has an odor about her.
Maybe that's why she's gone. All right. I'm just also saying the AI refused to give me ferrets that looked good. All right. I tried so hard and the AI said no. Very disappointing.
Fair.
Oh. Yeah. But I am proud.
I can't get over Hogan. That looks hilarious. All right.
It is perfect.
It is. So, how long did this one take you?
Because of the amount of characters, if it just having 3 is not going to take even remotely as long, and plus I have a basis for the characters now, because trying to figure out what they look like while creating them is like that's a whole thing.
True. Oh God, why'd I do that?
Why'd you do what?
I just looked at Bartholomew's hand.
Don't look at his hand, okay? All right.
AI and hands
It's
just
fine. He's fine. He's a giant. They're slightly different. Don't be rude and start being judgy, okay? All right. Don't be rude.
I'm sorry, Bartholomew.
Yeah, you better be. Like super rude, man.
But yeah.
The
AI
second hand is worse. The second hand was worse before I covered it up.
Oh, you didn't do the satchel?
No. The satchel was there, okay?
Oh,
The
okay.
swirls cover up his second hand.
Oh, okay. Oh, so he's like holding it underneath
Yeah.
him. Okay.
Yeah. So any complaints you have about the first hand, the first hand actually looks handish, okay?
Kinda, but yes.
All right. It's close enough that I was like, you know what? It's fine. No one's gonna zoom in close and make fun of it.
And then I had to ruin everything.
And then my co-host had to be super mean to me. All right. This is why you don't get paid.
Oh man.
It's also not because I don't make any money off of this either.
Right.
Ugh. But I had fun.
Except when it repeats and it's just soul crushing when it does that.
Oh, it hurts every time.
But
every time.
I get the AI is gonna do what the AI is gonna do.
Correct. And sometimes I can save it, but if it does, here's the problem. If it doesn't give me a decent hand to begin with, there's no amount of AI that's gonna fix the hand. Okay.
True.
Because if the AI doesn't give you a good hand, you're never gonna get a good hand. So
Right.
I thought he looked perfect for like the gentle giant that's obsessed with tea. because that's like his only characteristic, is he's obsessed with tea.
Right.
So I thought he looked perfect for it. So I just, the only thing that it didn't give me was a thick beard. So I had to go in and add a thick beard for him. All right, which I thought it did okay with.
Oh, so the so the beard was added after?
Yeah, hold on a second. I'll show you what I mean.
Okay.
Hold on. Oh, I had to edit his damn beard in. Hold on. So, hold on. Let's see. Share screen. There you go. And now you get to see a second hand. So now you get to be tortured with that.
Okay. Yeah.
I told you the second hand was significantly worse.
It's just this lump of fingers.
I know. So much worse.
But he looks happy.
Yeah. So but Bartholomew has a beard. So I had to give him beard. He's just such a cheerful man with his tea. Okay? He's just happy to be here. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate that they wrote him off.
Well, I mean, it is like Game of Thrones, where you just never know when your favorite character is gonna just go from the story.
True. Except my problem was my two favorite characters are Tyrion and Daenerys, so I got to watch them
Just be completely character assassinated.
live and be completely assassinated as characters, which was significantly worse than them just dying.
And I can understand the end point for Daenerys.
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree with that as being her endpoint. Yeah.
It's just you needed to have more signs of the madness before we got there.
I needed two more. I needed the closer that she got to King's Landing, the
more unhinged she got.
And I also just like not just that, but like I needed that to be the reason why she stayed so long in the slave countries.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it's like unconsciously she knew. So yeah.
But she just kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet.
Oh, what's that? Thousands of giant boats? I don't know what you're talking about.
Which have
oh shit, was that today?
Which have perfect aim with one scorpion bolt.
Give him a raise, man.
Which, I mean, in the books, yeah, scorpions can take out dragons, but like they still need to be like good shots. They don't just tear right through their scales.
Yeah. Kind of lame. Like, I shouldn't be able to one-shot a dragon. Ever.
No.
Ever. Period.
Yeah, because like I mean, even dragons in the books that were described as getting taken out by scorpions, it was multiple scorpion bolts that hit them. Not just one. They're not one-shotted unless it goes through the eye.
Well, yeah. But that's fucking hard as shit to do. So, I mean, that's one of those, like, if you get this shot, you're rewarded for it, kind of,
Mm-hmm. And shots that usually hit the dragon in the eye, it was when the dragon was already wounded and on the ground.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So, yep. But yeah, like I said, don't look too close. All right, it is still AI. Okay, I know I'm
Yes.
good, but you have to also realize it is still AI, and I do my best to work with the tools that I have.
Yes.
But I was also on incredibly short time. You know, I haven't had a break since 2 days ago
Oh my god.
because I've been going at this. I've been doing this. I've been doing, my actual job and all of that. So I haven't really had like. Is this technically like? Is it fun? Yes, of course it's fun. But at the same time, it does take a lot of work, and not something I would just say in general is something that is like super relaxing. It's fun work, if I, to put it that way.
Sure.
Like I have fun doing it. And technically it's not work, but like it's still like work.
Right, because you're doing it for the show.
Yes. So I asked to be gentle with the cave ferrets, okay? And poor Bartholomew's hand, all right?
Believe me, I've played around a little bit with AI art too. Like, no, you've done really, really well.
Well, it's a lot.
Yes.
It takes a lot to do it because the AI, it's like you have the image in your brain and the AI cannot see that image. And so you think the description you have for it is good enough. It is almost never.
No.
I've always changed my descriptions like at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially when you first start playing around with AI art, you're just like, okay, let me just put what I have in mind, and you don't realize, no, you need to be very, very specific with how you describe things.
Yes.
And even then.
Yeah, which is why the fact that I have almost no descriptions for these characters. I just had to start taking creative liberties.
Sure.
I literally do not know what Bartholomew looks like. They gave me pretty much nothing to work with. Same with Esmeralda. Same with Cammy. Okay.
Yeah.
I've had to take creative liberties because I've literally no clue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this happened a while ago, but I was playing with an AI image generator, mostly just to kind of like, give me I give it like a basic scene idea, and then hopefully I can use the image that I see as inspiration for the story that I'm writing. So I asked for a woman in a blacksmith's forge. I didn't say she was the blacksmith, but that was my mistake. And this is me when I was just starting out trying, experimenting with it. So I didn't realize how specific you need to be. Despite me saying like she's wearing like kind of like a princess gown, right? Something regal looking.
Yeah.
It gave me like a bikini version of a blacksmith's apron. I don't know how else to describe it.
That's so funny.
I was like, what the? I said a gown, but okay. All right. I don't know what inspiration you're drawing from.
I love that. That's so funny. Oh, beautiful.
I wish I had saved it, but because it was just like, what? Yeah, it was. I don't know how else to describe it. It looked like a blacksmith's apron that had been made into a bikini.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah. That's what That's what the AI thinks we need, so, you know.
Yeah.
Who am I to argue with that?
Exactly.
Uh,
Okay. Well, that's all I got.
yeah, I ain't got anything else. Yeah. Poor Arwen. Never
Well-
got back from her side quest.
No.
Rip.
I could just picture her like 30 minutes after we sign off. she clicks the link.
Yeah. I would not be surprised by that at all, actually.
How would we summarize this story for her next week?
I'm kind of to the point of Arwen, I'm not even kidding. Just watch it. And I'm not saying this to give me watch time. I'm actually just saying, like, I don't think I have the capacity to summarize this to you.
They went to a temple, things happened.
There were an absurd number and lack of traps.
At least we did not get more detail on the trap with the highly caffeinated spiders.
Thank you for reminding me that existed.
You're welcome.
So much and nothing at all happened. They went to a tip. So, okay, they escaped. They went through the tunnel. Agnes is gone. We'll never speak of her again. Bumble Rook is gone. We'll never speak of him again. And then we go to the temple. We go on the vibrant colored cheese boat to some island. And then we go to the temple. And then we spend God how many fucking years going through all the traps that are very dangerous and not even remotely dangerous. And then we get to the stone dragon and some asshole and his assistant comes out and it's just like, hey, you need to leave. And so they do. Because they do end up actually leaving. Yeah.
Makes sense.
We somehow, in the chaos, lost just in case Bartholomew and Esmeralda.
But then apparently one of the talking mugs was named Bartholomew.
Oh my god, the mugs became the character. Oh no.
Macho Man Mug. Macho Mug Randy Savage.
Obviously, yes. So I get to now figure out, because Cammy has still, and I'm not kidding, received no description.
No.
I don't know
Longoria.
I have no idea what her hair looks like. I don't know, like, what she's wearing, except, like, she's wearing a waistcoat. But that is nothing. That is a nothing piece of clothing for that. So, my hubby is annoying. Maybe to you, Kronos. He specializes in annoying you.
I mean, that's
yeah.
fair. What is a Kronos?
I don't know. What indeed is a Kronos?
You know, everyone always asks, what is a Kronos? But does anybody ask, how is a Kronos?
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
I just... Ugh. I don't know whether to be impressed or appalled by this story. What say you?
It definitely still does. I would say it definitely has more structure than the last one.
Yeah.
But it's still very frustrating that when it goes insane, it's still like, what the hell is happening?
True. And I'm going to be real with you. I do not know what is happening. I just don't.
I mean, I thought they had to get the artifact in order to get the power from the comet, but now they just have the power of the comet, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess.
And remember, I based all of this off of Raiders of the plot line I got from Gronk giving me the plot line of Raiders of the Lost Ark. So I did, in the story description, mention they unlocked the comet and the magic killed all the evil pixies. Like at the end of Raiders. I made that change. I'm not seeing how it's going to do this. I don't know what's going to happen.
Wow. All right, I'm just skipping to a random portion. Thank fuck. I just skipped it like down. Justin's still here. Oh, thank Christ. Okay. I'm very happy with that. Although he's going to be third wheeling it. I think from what I've gathered, it seems to be like he's third wheeling it, which is kind of a funny concept. Because I just think Justin just wants to get this story over with, and he's like vaguely annoyed at everybody.
Yes, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. I do appreciate it. All right. Well, I'm done. Basically until next week. Which hopefully our little group will
Yeah, our family wasn't whole today.
I know. And if I hadn't already planned all this out, I probably I don't know if I would have done it 100%. But you know what? We did it. We did in fact do it.
We did.
All right. Well, thank you all for coming. And yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much it. So bye y'all.
Bye everyone.